Tarvis would want you to carry it on one condition. That from now on, when we're in a fight and you're in trouble, you run towards him instead of away from him.
I don't know if that's going to happen. You know what? Sure. I'll run towards you.
I realized last time, Parvis, you were surrounded by wargs and there was fire everywhere, right?
Hello. Alright,
and I was still the safest position on the battlefield.
This volume's looking okay. I'll spike it a little bit.
True.
A bit further. Alright, sound check for Kashmir.
Hello.
Alright, you're good. Danu?
Hello?
Alright, Kane?
Test.
Lazy Eye.
It's me. Hello.
Arvis.
Yep.
And Zerai.
Did you hear me?
Say one more time.
I'm here.
Cool. Okay. That is everyone. And everyone seems to be in a properly set audio level, so we're good there. And also very much appreciate the sub there, Whack. Indeed.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah. I've noticed you, senpai. Or whatever. I know what I mean. Anyways, that is all my checky checks. We seem to be good to go. My announcements have been posted, and now that everyone is ready, and I am now back, who would like to give the recap for inspiration? And not have that open and have this open. I can provide it if no one else wants to. But I will gain inspiration for my people.
We were going through the forest heading towards the hunter's camp, which we discovered had a cat shadowy thing that we managed to kill. We looted the hunter's cache. We went up towards where the ferryman had his house, which we met with him, discovered he was a druid, and I don't remember the exact name of his druidic order, but that they were against the monstrosities that live in the forest. We had food and some space that he allowed us to have at his house, and he took us to the druids where the menhir stones were, and he got us a audience with the head druid, I believe, and she fixed Kashmir's curse and disease, and it was Kashmir, right? And she said that she would like to speak to us again about perhaps doing something for them after we cleaned up the camp. And then we went back to town. Tried to go at a completely unsafe speed and got attacked by a necromancer and some zombie killed. And now we're at town.
Indeed. As a solid recap, you have earned your inspiration. And, as mentioned, the party has returned back from the town of Razvin, where they have done some downtime activities, as in they sold some equipment, bought some equipment, and that's all been taken over, handled off-screen. But, now that is all set up, though. Is there anything else you guys would like to do? It did take you guys some time to do all that. You guys did arrive in town later in the day, so the day's nearly over at this point in time. And I do recall mention that one of you, immediately upon getting back to town, immediately went into the tavern. And per your request, let me go see who would be the first to enter after your arrival. With the current time of day, there would be small scattering of people inside already. But the first to enter Let's see here. That would be a D40, I believe. 24.
I fixed it. Sorry for the spam.
Yeah, definitely spammy.
One.
All right. Did you have a specific requirement for the first two enters, or is just anyone who first enters?
Just anyone who first enters will probably notice this.
We go and chuck you on over here into the tavern. And you place yourself where you want. But the first one to enter the tavern would be a familiar figure. Someone that you encountered during the raid upon Razvan. A notable figure in that they are captain of the Razvan Guards, Sven Otis. They'd be the first to enter at this point in time.
Okay. Attractive woman, so probably wait to find an attractive woman to speak there.
All right. Well, you would see that he'd approach the bar, give you a friendly nod, and would order some drinks, some food, or make his way off to a small side table unless interacted with Peter. Not too long thereafter, some more people will show up, specifically a group of 3 show up. In that group, you would find all right. Plus that one. All right, that does make sense for the first one, and then all right, I'll go grab those NPCs. You would see a group of 2 halflings and a human enter the bar.
You seem amenable. I'll go over and say, greeting. I was looking for some companionship while I have a drink. You mind if I join your group here?
Yeah, sure. Have a seat. Just back from a day's long work, so, company is welcome.
There's one of them. That'd be the man who answered you. Let me go grab the other 2. Also be with them. Boop, boop, boop. And then the last one who would enter would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dari. Dari would be the last one. D-A. There we are, Dari. All right. You would see them wave a hand, and Athena would eventually come on over after being noted by the tavern keep, and would, take orders. Any, basic drinks. Most of them ordering basic ales. Some would order some the evening stew. And then they would look towards you.
Whatever strong and good.
Of course, of course. Just be a moment here. You would make your way back. Now, you and your companions, is there anything specifically you'd like to do at the table here? Currently, they're just passing the time.
Eventually, I'll start telling stories.
All right.
About being a gunslinger.
About being a what slinger?
A gunslinger.
A gunslinger.
Yeah, they're guns, Flex.
Well, that would certainly get some of their attentions. Ivan would speak up.
Oh, there's a gun. I don't think I've heard of that before. Is that like a fancy wand?
It sort of is, yeah. It's you put powder in it and it makes a small explosion and it'll kill people from goodly distance away.
Certainly sounds like a wand to me.
Yeah, it's not unlike it.
Reason why it's called a gun and not just a wand, then?
Because you don't need any aptitude and magic to use.
Ah, I see. Well, like a crossbow gun, or a crossbow wand, then.
You got it. You got it. You got the general. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll tell him stories about bounty hunting and being probably a bit dramatic and definitely drinking.
Right. You can give me a persuasion test. You can also do a performance test, which would be more appropriate.
Sure.
Alright. Story's not great, it's not bad though. It's, it's decent enough tale. It passes the time, keeps their interest going. Though every now and then you notice that you do lose some interest within them, but it doesn't take you too long to get back. While you're telling this tale though, Tarvis mentions that they were delivering a letter. So, go over to Tarvis. There's your face. Having dropped off your orders for the, resident shops and whatnot for your previous downtime activities, you would find your way on south to the Striped Beast Trapper, leatherworker shop, essentially. At this time and day, the lights inside would be on, and you would find behind the counter a human man, pale skin, clean shaven, kind of short-ish, like shoulder length hair, not super long, not short, not close cropped or anything of that nature, of a dark color. It's hard to see within the light of the shop itself, as it's only lit by faint candlelight and a single lamp that is hanging from the center of the room itself. He's got basic leather clothing, seems to be made by himself, as a lot of it is fairly well tailored and custom fitted to his form. But as you enter, you would kind of lower his hood, revealing the hair is in fact a dark reddy red, and he's got pale blue eyes. Let's see here, and you're Voldemort, and your voice is that. Okay.
Welcome, friend. What can I help you with?
I got a letter here for you from Janos Finderwin. We've recently come from the ferry.
Oh,
I'll offer him the letter.
how's Janos doing then, eh? Doing alright out there?
He seems to be doing well. Despite the territory.
That's good to hear. I'll hand it over then and look over.
You'd take the leather, unwrap it a bit, give it a read over.
We should be headed back soon if you care to send a response. I'll be staying at the inn overnight.
Well, nod a few times. He folds it back up. Still not done reading it from the looks of it, but
I would just come back before you head out and see to it that get my letter. Pointed, of course, for delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And appreciate helping them out there. Not a lot of folks willing to head out that deep into the woods, so certainly appreciated.
Oh, well, we've got a lot of business out there. And I'll kind of swing my hammer around.
Not afraid of the beasts out there, then?
Oh, we've smashed a few. Here, got a nice scar here. And he's got to lift up his chain shirt.
Oh, nasty deep one, that.
Yeah. Recently killed a bunch of dire wolves out there.
Oh, have you now? Plenty of them out
Wargs.
here.
They were wargs. Yes.
Wargs.
Wargs.
Foul beasts, that. Managed to have any of the pelts, gonna be willing to pick some up off of you.
Oh, I believe our quartermaster may have already taken care of that. I'll look into it, though.
Right. Well, if you ain't afraid of them woods, every now and then I play some bounties up in the tavern, just up yonder. You can come to myself, or you can check the board. Might be a bit of a creatures out there that are worth your interest. At the moment, I have been looking for a particular foul beast. Once near the swamps, if you'd be interested in.
Oh, of course. What kind of beast is it?
Lizard-like. Small of stature, quite stocky, but don't let that fool you. Beast is potent. Said that even its gaze can turn a man to stone. Folks call it a basilisk. Others call it a stone newt. I don't quite care what it's really called, though. I do care about is its eyes. And, its oil it secretes within its blood. The rest is fair game.
Alright. So if I smash it, try not to smash it in the eye.
Aye. Willing to pay, copper corn for that. More than you'd get from any, random merchant about.
Well, excellent. If I see it, and smash it, I will sure to come to you first.
Yeah.
Quest log. Basilisk hunt. Accepted.
Side quests never end.
Tarvis will linger for another moment to see if he's actually going to get a tip for delivering his mail, and then wander back up to take his leave and wander back up to the tavern.
Very good, very good.
It's customary to tip your people who deliver correspondence for you, I believe. But oh well.
I mean, it's understood that delivery is paid by the sender.
Okay. Yeah, and I was doing a favor, but you know, it's worth a shot. You never know.
It was worth a shot. It was definitely worth a shot.
He didn't mention it, but he
it's
did
true.
wait for a little longer just to see if he was going to get a tip. You know?
Valdemar is not one to tip, unfortunately.
Ah,
He's one of those people.
yeah, okay.
It's like a European coming to America for the first time.
What do you mean?
And
You
had a
mean
lot of
you are
those.
You're not be giving a livable wage. How is that my problem? You must devote to your government.
True.
It's true.
In France, they cut our 5-minute breaks and the whole country revolted.
Price an American. Anyways, anything else you guys are wanting to do before we skip back to Zerai?
Smithy. I'm gonna visit the smithy.
Smithy, excellent. Where's your token?
Right here.
Oh, there you are. You're blending with the stones.
I do. It's intentional. I'm an urban thief.
That's fair.
When
All
I'm
right.
wanted by the cops, I lie down.
Making your way to the barbed steel smithery. Some of your crew has already been here before, dropping off their orders for for half-plate armor, selling some stuff, all that good smoosh and woosins, wheelin', dealin's. But you'd find shop is well lit, still open for the evening. It's, still light outside as it's not too late in the day, though it is definitely in the later PMs. And you'd find that Krisa, from looks of it, I believe she is a half-orc. Yes, the half-orc woman, shaved, right side of her head, full-on mane of black hair, braided, somewhat dreaded in the back, kind of in a side part to the left side, behind the bar, currently seemingly polishing some suits of metal.
Gotcha. So yeah, Morkeg did come here, or rather, this is like the end where he purchased a bunch of arrows, silver stuff.
Gotcha.
And while he's putting everything away, and he's gonna ask, do you make custom locks? As he holds up the good lock he just bought. I'm presuming from her, since metal and stuff.
Yeah. I
So,
can.
How good can you make them?
I certainly have skill. Not my specialty, but I can make a decent lock, no problem.
Add a character. She can hit a DC of, I believe, 28, if I recall correctly, without issue.
Oh, that's harder than I can. Actually, what is my stuff? Mine should be pretty high. Yeah, 28. I would need. I don't think not even not 20 gets me that. So yeah. Ooh. How much? And how long?
You're wanting to lock a bit better than that one there. I could craft superior lock without too much issue. Price-wise, it'd be about any...
oh god, that's super expensive compared to the good lock.
It's a bit of a trickier job, I'm afraid, but there's quite a bit of extra time involved. 255 gold.
He's almost gonna choke.
I did as well. I looked at it. Because the good lock is 48 and the superior is 255.
155? That lock better be worth it. Do you have any on you right now?
See here.
Could I attempt to unlock it?
The good lock or the superior lock?
The big lock. The one that costs 255
Gotcha.
gold.
Well, first I need to see if she has it in stock. It is not guaranteed, so high or low.
Hi.
She does.
Yay!
Well, I do in fact have a block of such quality already in stock. Be my guess in the attempt to lock it, to pick it. Well,
Oh. Out of his fanny pack, he's gonna take out his tools.
Right.
That's what I'm assuming is what a waste pouch is.
Yes, yeah. Pack essentially.
The only reason why I bought it. Alright, so that is a expert dexterity thing. Do I have one? That's not. No. Oh wait, no, I made a macro for that. So, blah.
You
boy.
break a lockpick. Remember
That
that
fucking-
lockpicks have a set of 5 per set, per kit.
Alright,
Oh, no.
I'm gonna keep track of that. I think it's the first one that broke.
I don't think you've used too many lockpicks.
Huh. Can I take 10? I mean,
No.
if I take 10, it would be plus 4, 17.
17 would also break the lockpick.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, I'm convinced.
If you fail by
250
5 or more, the pick breaks. So
Yeah, that's enough for him. If you can't do it on like a 10, so he's gonna say,
you actually can't actually beat the DC of the +7.
I cannot. Yeah, at level 5 I could, but I would have to be rolled a 19.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, Monkey's convinced. But 255 is steep.
It's pretty steep. Yeah.
Do you offer payments? Raise eyebrow.
How long you people staying in town for? Oh, you're taking on some jobs around town, but I need some assurances that the back to pay in full time comes.
Have to. I have to patrol the town. He's gonna think to himself. Oh, 255. I'm guessing not many would buy this.
Not a lot are interested in such fine quality locks, but every now and then, the Lord comes by and forgot to bring a chest with them, so.
There is that. The guards, the new guards, did they come in with their lords, or was that figured out, or no?
Didn't come in with any the liege lord, but they do have the captain with them.
Captain, military. No, that's fine. All right. I'm not buying it now, but I am interested.
Well, they'll probably be in stock for a bit of time, so.
Right.
Be here and waiting.
Thank you for all this equipment as he puts like fucking 60 arrows into his sack.
Of course. The patronage.
Why? And yeah, he's going back to the tavern.
Alright. Excellent. Anything else anyone would like to do?
I think I'm set.
Alright. Means we go to the tavern once more with feeling. Back to your conversations. Did you have anything else you'd like to do, Zerai?
Yeah. Basically talking and getting really, really drunk.
Excellent. Well, it's easy enough to enjoy one's evening, getting drunk, getting dizzy, enjoying stories, tales, and like. Throughout your conversations with these three, if you do not have anything specific that you'd want to gain out of your conversations or your drinking with them, then I will give you something.
Really, just entertainment and companionship a little bit. On getting really drunk.
Excellent. All right.
How drunk is he? I'm guessing we're entering the tavern, right?
Yeah, you guys, Tarvis, I assume you're also heading to the tavern, and Morcag. Tarvis would be here ahead of you, Morcag, but you both would notice that Zerai is hanging out with these three, much at the entry of the doorway, and they are doing some ills with the townsfolk.
I just want to check up on Zerai, but first, any insight?
Where's the rest of the party?
In the tavern.
All right.
Or outside, and then 2 are in the tavern.
What about Danu? Where is Danu?
Where's Danu?
Have we purchased well, okay, so first
No.
Okay, first off, have we sold the gems?
Everything is.
Okay.
And you have been given 527 gold pieces.
Okay. I want to buy a horse.
So,
but I don't know if other people want to buy a horse.
We were discussing as a group, but I guess you may have missed it. But we're talking about whether or not to buy a couple of horses and a carriage, or to buy individual horses. And whatever we do, we're looking at trying to take all of that out of the group fund because it's for group transportation.
So there are only 4 horses available, so we could buy all 4 actual horses, hitch 2 to a carriage, and then just have 2 walk alongside it. I don't know, but there aren't that many options.
How many people will fit in the largest carriage?
Well, there's only one type of carriage, but let me go grab that.
Well, I mean, wagon, heavy wagon, carriage.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, let me go bring up the wagons as well, so I can get you guys that information, since you wanted to know about how much they can hold people-wise. Alright. Hold how many people? Alright. A heavy wagon can hold up to about 12 people comfortably, plus the driver and side seat on the driver's seat. So, passenger seat, essentially. So 14 total, technically. Alternatively, you can reduce some of that person space for storage space, as it is a flatbed wagon, essentially. Baseline, though, it has about 4,000 pounds worth of cargo space. The light wagon has about 1,000 pounds worth of cargo space, can house about, let's see here, 8 people plus the driver and the passenger, so about 10 people total. And keep in mind, the wagons are not comfortable driving. They're comfortable for long travel. It's there to get you places, it's there to store things, really. Carriage, far more comfortable, and can hold about, let's see here, can hold about 6 plus the driver and a passenger, so a total of 8 technically. But it's far more comfortable to ride in. However, its storage space is about 200 pounds of cargo. It can be increased further, but you'd be reducing your passenger position spaces.
I vote a carriage.
Same.
You can always have the extra people riding horses. Or, you know, swapping off of horses into the carriage if people get tired and so on.
I thought
What's
we were more
the
interested in the
difference in
wagon.
travel speed?
All of them are propelled vehicles, which means that their travel speed is based upon the horse you use to pull it. The carriage requires at least 2 creatures to pull it. 2 large creatures of moderate strength, so a basic draft horse can easily pull it. 2 riding horses can pull it without issue. 2 draft horses can pull it with no issue at all. A heavy wagon requires 4 large creatures, and a light wagon requires 2.
So the heavy wagon would require us to buy all of the horses with their mismatched speeds.
Yeah, and the light wagon, you can do a single draft horse or 2 riding horses, but there's only 1 riding horse for sale, I believe. So. The heavy wagon could, looking at its actual weight, it could ride with 2 draft horses, though it would not be able to do its full carrying capacity if you guys got to a certain point with just 2.
I don't really care one way or the other what we do, but I will just bring up the fact that I thought we were more interested in the wagons for their carrying capacity rather than passenger comfort.
Now,
we do have that bag of holding.
That takes, what, 350 pounds total? Right?
Yeah.
It's not that much.
Yeah, but like, the thing is that do we want... If we go for the wagons, then we're taking them with us to the base of whatever dungeon we're going at. If we go for the carriage, I'm guessing we would leave them, or no? Wait, no, wait, we're already talking about this. Never mind. We'd have to bring them with us.
Now, that is something of note. No matter which vehicle you wish to purchase, you guys are limited on where you can travel with said vehicle. They can travel anywhere without issue along roads, but in difficult terrain, that is where it is not guaranteed that they can travel with you. Forested areas, the light wagon and the carriage have a greater maneuverability. They are not as wide as a heavy wagon, which means that they can travel through some off-road areas. That said, their wheels are... If you get them reinforced, they won't have as many issues as normal, but without reinforcements to their wheels, they can break traveling through uneven terrain.
It's kind of why I wanted a hireling, because we can leave Timothy behind and guard the wagon if ever we need to go off roads. And maybe have a hireling help him.
Here's a question. If we were to get something in order to travel from here to the Menhir Stone, and from the Menhir Stone to the ferry, would all 3 vehicles be good for that? We've been on that road.
Yeah, no, there's a road that goes from here to the Menhir Stone, then from the Menhir Stone to the ferry. No issue there.
Okay, so any vehicle can make that journey.
Yeah.
Based on us at the ferry, I would suggest, what do we think we could store there easily that would be inconspicuous? Because that's probably the journey we want to make with this any wagon, is to the ferry.
So the
until
bigger
we establish a more foothold.
Yeah, the bigger the vehicle, the harder it will be to hide within the ferry's ferry house. So carriage and the light wagon are about similar in terms of how hard they'll be able to hide. Carriage is a little harder to hide, but they're fairly similar. The heavy wagon's gonna be the hardest to hide. That said, if you are skilled at survival, you can, it's not impossible to do.
Right.
Well, Danu's going to insist on the carriage, as she is a snob and a noble. And she's tired of sleeping on the grass.
We have tents.
That's still not. That's tent smiths. No, that's no.
The carriage would provide a sheltered area for at least 2 people sleeping.
Absolutely, yes. Danu will insist on the carriage.
And as previously mentioned, it is a comfortable place to sit and for 2 people to sleep. More can sleep in there, but would not be as comfortable.
Yeah, I could have Timothy keep watch of the carriage, should we need to venture forth into the wilderness. Or we could hire someone.
I was gonna say, here's where I can bring up, if Danu's that insistent, it's only 100 GP for the carriage, you just got 500 for our latest haul,
So, I think we should get the carriage, whatever animals to pull said carriage at however fast a pace we can. And then possibly 1 extra pack animal to take with us when we have to leave the carriage behind.
Oh yeah, like a mule.
The issue with that is the mule is relatively slow and would reduce our travel speed to about as fast as some of us can already walk.
How fast is the mule?
So,
40.
Looking at the base speed of the animals, do keep in mind that is not including the strength increase to their movement speed. So 40 would probably be about a 50 for the mule.
It's faster than I am.
Yeah, most riding horses have about an 80 movement speed in Syrik.
And keep in mind, after the first journey with the mule to the ferry, we would take the mule with us, and when we came back to the ferry, we would leave the mule and take the carriage. Right? We just leave the mule at the ferry and take the carriage from there. So it's only the one time where it's going to slow us down on the way back.
Right. I was going to point out, if we buy all 4 of the other horses available, the 2 draft horses could easily handle the carriage. We'd have a rising horse for somebody to, do the whole outrider thing, scout ahead, come back as we ride along. The war
Yeah,
horse
it's
would
not
be a
a bad
nice,
idea
sturdy
either.
mount.
Can we afford the war horse though?
With our group
Horses.
funds, we can buy all 4.
Okay, and that's with the carriage.
The carriage, well, so it's
And
400 for the war horse, 75 for the riding horse. Each draft horse is 50. That's
Alright,
already 575.
Have we already picked up provisions and healers kit charges?
I do not believe we have it.
How much do we each have?
We each individually have somewhere upwards of 527 from our latest haul, plus 300 some shit from prior. The group tab currently has... how much is that?
How much is the carriage?
100. Are you just gonna outright buy the carriage?
Yeah, Daniel will buy the carriage. Is it possible to get it fancified?
If you want to wait for it to be fancified, yes. If you
How-
want me to
how
look to
long?
see if there's already one that is fancified for sale, I can check for that.
I would appreciate that.
All right, high or low?
Let's go high.
There is one that's fancified already for sale.
How much is it?
Let me go check. Da-da-da-da. The fancified
the-
one would run for 225 gold.
Yeah. So we each have 528? Or is that total after the split? How much gold do we actually have? Because if Danu has that gold, she'll buy it.
Yeah, you have the 520.
Okay, yes. All right, yeah. Danu will buy that. Is there any way that she could talk them down?
You can roll me a persuasion or merchant's tools check. Merchant tools will be
Right.
better for the roll, but either can be used.
You could also ask Kane to do it.
Well, you have merchant's tools?
No, but I have proficiency in perception and the ability to just give myself advantage. I mean, persuasion and the ability to just give myself advantage.
Well, I have persuasion, and you could, aid me.
That advantage.
True.
That's advantage.
True.
Do you want to do that?
Sure, I'll give you advantage. And you can give yourself guidance.
That's true. And then a guidance, which is a D4, correct?
Yep.
Mhm.
17.
17. Let me go look at their DC. Spring Knights, NPC list. Merchant DC. Unfortunately, 17 is not quite enough. Unless you want to use the Destiny?
No.
Okay. I had to ask. But a 17 is not quite enough. It's on the cusp, but not quite there, due to this circumstances of that you're essentially trying to buy this from the local lord.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd have to go and find another carriage to replace this one.
Okay, well, Danu needs to travel in style, so
Excellent.
she needs this.
All right.
All right.
All right, you have acquired a fine carriage with the comfort property.
Excellent.
Or comfy, whatever. No, fine.
So we bought it from the the lord of that keep over there. I see.
Yep. That's also where you'd be buying the horses, is from the keep.
Oh, So we have the carriage, so at the bare minimum, we would need the 2 draft horses. I'm voting we should just buy all 4 horses, honestly.
I agree.
Sure.
Now, of note, since you guys are aware of the dangers of the forest, draft horses can handle... 1 draft horse can handle the weight of the carriage, 2 can handle it without any issues. A riding horse can handle half of the weight of the carriage, only 2 of them, but they are faster than draft horses. A war horse can handle the weight of the carriage the same as a draft horse could, but is not scared of certain things.
Yeah.
The riding horses and the draft horses are. They will probably bolt the signs of danger. You keep that in mind for your purposes of purchasing items. You can combat train draft or riding horse, but it will take time and require animal handling checks, or you can hire someone to do it for you.
We could go for the war horse for the carrying capacity, and then have the riding horse as like a scout.
How is Timothy with horses?
That's a good question.
Let's see here.
I did want to
Where's Timothy?
get a hireling to take care of that.
There's Timothy. Let's see here. Animal handling. He has a +2. He's okay. He's not the best. He's okay at it.
He's not gonna make him mad and get kicked. Okay.
I mean, if he does something particularly stupid, he might, but, you know.
How much do we each have so I can note it down?
On the item lab, I just relinked the loot sheet, and all of the money is listed
right,
there.
Thank you.
Yeah, the item lab also has the loot sheet pinned.
I should put the gold I have on there. But I'm already keeping track, and it's already written in the item lab. That's what I forget.
Very good, very good.
Oh yeah, I forgot I put coinage in here.
Yeah. Alright. Yes, for your animals, which type are you going to buy?
Which horses make the carriage move the fastest? The 2 riding horses?
2 riding horses make it go the fastest.
Alright, we should do that.
There's only 1 riding horse for sale.
Yes.
Ah. Okay, well, then we can't do that. Then we should go with whatever horses make the carriage move fastest. And then maybe a spare if it can keep up.
Could somebody update this coinage for me? Because it does not look like it's even with everybody else.
Update what coinage?
I'm trying, like, I'm having a hard time getting the answer to how much money I should have, because I don't know how much everything was sold for.
Oh, it's in Gen Chat. It's, if you scroll up a bit, I can just link it.
Okay, so have you adjusted the coinage on your sheet at all?
It's still left over from when I bought all my items before.
Okay. So you should have, look in general chat. We're listing it off.
Put the link there, it's directly to that post.
All right, thank you.
So you should get 527 gold pieces, 3 silver, and 8 copper.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
silver and 8 copper. Let me go adjust that then. I'm including both values in here.
Yeah, I did add it to everybody's pool that was listed in the party sheet. So if that was not correct, then that's mostly just because that wasn't up to date.
All right. What I just posted should be fully accurate for both loot drops that you guys have gained and split for party shares. If you've not had anything from the loot splits, that is accurate. All right. Yes. horse. If you guys are buying a horse, oh god, that's Simon the object layer. If you guys are buying a war horse, I have a token ready. If you're buying a riding horse, I have a token ready. If you're buying a draft horse, I can grab a token, no problem. Or if you're buying all of them, I can grab that, just let me know.
So I'm thinking, given where we're going to bring the carriage initially, the warhorse might be a good gambit. But
Yeah.
we would also want additional
Yeah.
mounts for other people.
Yeah, but they're not really going to do as much good if they bolt.
Yeah, and we're not gonna be on them all the time. Say I use the one for scouting ahead. When I come back,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna we're back where we started, basically.
Certainly a predicament.
Well, it make
Oh.
traveling on roads easier at the very least. From Menhir Stone to,
Let's get the draft horses for the carriage, because that's what we need to pull the carriage, and that's the fastest we can make it go with what's available, right?
And I'm sure Timothy can keep them from
And then-
running off, right?
And then you want to get the riding horse so that we can scout around away from the carriage and not have to take the draft horses to do that. So let's buy those 3 horses. Everybody agreed?
Sure.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes,
Right.
I'm going a Mongolian roleplay. Horse archery, let's go! I actually have animal handling, so it's be fun.
Alright, so you gain the draft horses. Always save that token so I always have access to it. Map tools, campaign. Actually, I'm going to save it in my tokens and then 5e folder. Their place to put it anyways.
Are we buying the horses directly from the Lord, or does he have a stableman?
You'd be buying it directly from the stableman of the Lord's Manor. Which would be... not normally. There's something to grab their actual character.
And also, can we roll persuasion to see if we can lower the cost just a little?
You can, and you'll be buying it from Hoddock.
Haddock. Well, what can Haddock tell me about where these horses came from?
Well, asking about their particular genus and breeds.
I'm afraid I can't quite read, but if you want to take a look at the papers, I can show you them to you. I do know that
Papers.
I
Nice.
do know that 2 of them were birthed by a stallion out westward from the Abelmere fields.
Is that
Supposedly.
his name? Albert Einstein.
Yeah, the Abelmere fields, the local husbandry west of here, in the plains that way. Table master there runs a tight ship. From what I hear, trains the beasts well. These ones are some of their stockier brood. More of a farmer's beast, though they are also known for their war mounts. Where thunder here comes from.
Pats the other warhorse on the side.
Excellent. And when do you think you would be getting more horses for sale in?
Well, Both with these purchases, it won't probably be too long before we get more. Lord likes to keep a few extra stock just in case, you know. Oh, a couple of weeks maybe.
We may be interested in another fast mount like that one. And I point to the riding horse to make this carriage move a bit quicker.
Well, if you'd be interested, I can always send word over. Get master out that way. Oh, if you have any specifications, I can add into this as well. Likely need some form of a fee for any custom bred horses, though. Or custom training as well. So if you want a basic riding horse, want it to be trained in a specific way, it'll come with the cost beast.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any local recommendations on carriage drivers?
Not many people in town are particularly adept at driving carriages, but I hear some of the newer folks rode in on that wagon that you were protecting. They know their stuff. I believe it was the name Yesenia. She'd be the one. She knows her stuff, I believe. Been around here a couple of times asking about some horses.
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Alright. Yeah, that's it.
Alright.
Thanks for the business, and yeah. So yeah, they're not available now, but we could totally do custom orders for what we want for horses in the future.
It's true.
And probably actually hire a professional carriage driver to make the run from here to the Menhir Stone and the ferry. And then probably even charge a fee for that.
You intend to have him wait for us?
I don't know, I'm just saying it's an option.
I have
Make a business.
made the Arbormare stable visible on your world map.
Nice.
Oh, I rolled a 25 for the persuasion check.
What? Damn. Alright, that definitely beats the DC. You are able to net a 20% discount on the market value of those beasts. So if it says 400 gold, it is 20% less.
No, okay, nice.
So much total are we spending?
Let me look. The 2 draft horses are 50 each, and the riding horse was 75.
Draft horses are 40 gold now, and the riding horse is 60 gold now.
So 140 gold.
Not a bad split, yeah.
All right, it has been taken out of the party storage.
As far as logistical stuff goes, just need to grab a number on provisions for ourselves for however long, what do we like 2-3 weeks, as well as all the horses. And does that riding horse have a saddle, bit, and bridle, and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
They come with the basic bit and bridle. They come with a basic saddle. The wagon or the carriage itself comes with the hitching requirements for it. Anything beyond the basic stuff that I just listed, though, would require extra purchases.
Wheel repair kit.
That does not come with it.
One of us knows mending.
Mending is enough to do basic repairs, but it is not enough to repair broken things. I have added the draft horse, and riding horse to the carriage in front of you guys in the town square. I made them player tokens, and I've given you guys ownership of each of them, so you are free to adjust their names and whatnot as you see fit.
Billy, no.
I just realized the music was not set to loop. I'll fix that.
Do we actually need to pick up food considering we do have 69 foraged rations?
Yeah, they can eat
Yeah.
berries, right? Also, they're horses. They eat grass. We're in a forest. They're fine.
Get a basket of apples for, you know.
One second. I returned. Alright.
I'm back.
So, anything else you guys are wanting to do? Anything specific? Anything of note?
Anu has named the draft horses.
Doing
Elmer
all
and
right.
Stu.
Yeah.
Alright. Excellent.
Only a little fucked up, but
Specifically, I did want to go talk to, what was her name that you just mentioned, the wagon driver, who I'm assuming is staying in the tavern anyway?
You would find them in the tavern, yes.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure since we came in with them, I may have already been introduced, so. Is it Yesenia, right?
Yesenia, yes.
the blonde one.
Ah,
Over.
yeah. Well, let me actually talk to the group about it first. So, do we want to consider the Yesenia for a carriage driver?
What are you talking about? We just walked in.
Well, we were just talking to the stable master about buying the horses, right?
Are you using the royal we?
Oh, yes, we just bought some horses, and we're considering, and a carriage, and considering...
Right. Oh, let's check her out first. Or have you already done so?
It's Yesenia. We rode in with her, remember?
No.
Yeah, I'm confused. We kind of jumped around, because we were at the tavern, then we purchased horses. Who all was there when we purchased horses?
It was
Wait,
probably you and Danu.
Mm.
And maybe Kane.
Kane was there too.
Yeah, I was doing persuasion checks, so.
Oh, yeah. You're the one who
Right.
rolled it. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
I was,
Kane, definitely you, definitely Danu.
So I would be speaking to Kane and Danu, and whoever else in the party was within earshot. Do we want to go talk to Yesenia about being the carriage driver for this fancy new carriage you just bought, Danu?
Where's
I-
that?
If none of you know how to drive a carriage, I suppose we should.
Out of
Your
character, what do we
Your
need
other option is
to-
Timothy.
To drive the carriage, what do we need?
You'll
land
need...
vehicle proficiency.
It is land vehicle proficiency for a... Specifically, you'd be looking at proficiency in a... wagon/carriage proficiency is the type.
Would animal handling help at all?
Animal handling would definitely be helpful to have, as it can help calm the creatures if they are getting spooked. And it can be used in a pinch if you do not have proficiency in the vehicle, but the vehicle is more appropriate.
I see. So actually having somebody who knows what they're doing is kind of probably a really good idea.
Essentially, animal handling can be used, no problem. If you are going to be doing like a chase or in a scene where skilled maneuvers are important, that's where the DCs actually become a bit more spicy and you're going to want somebody who knows what they're doing. Because someone who knows what they're doing will not have a higher DC because they have proficiency.
I live the tavern. Well, I guess Marquette would just say, I'm good with horses, but not in a professional capacity.
Just gonna shucky duck you with the others.
Uh,
Where are they? There they are.
I realized they were still outside as I was standing in the doorway shouting over here at Danu, and Morkag was in the doorway going, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
So I stepped back outside. Yeah,
I guess,
that's what
I
happened.
guess technically Casper would have been with you guys, considering he's apparently holding on to the money.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
fair.
I guess that technically could be in the bag of holding now.
And Tarvis is talking in a 50-meter radius to everybody, so...
Yeah,
Of course, he's
Yelling
loud
at
enough.
everybody.
Jarvis is
You
definitely
random
out.
passerby.
Alright.
nice carriage. Bit too showy for my taste. This screams, rob me.
A certain somebody requires comfort.
Listen, we're okay. We'll be able to take on anybody that decides they want to rob us. Perhaps it'll be us that robs them.
Now you're speaking my language. Rooftop. One guy gets on the roof.
I guess I could always hide it in a cloud of darkness should we run into issues. Though that might not be good for the horses.
Can we make some half walls up here for cover?
Build
Oh.
a...
And a little trap door here.
I would advise not using the carriage for combat purposes. It's not exactly made for such.
Not up to me. It's not really up to me if we got attacked, right? Should we get ambushed? It would be nice to have.
Mm.
And then he'll continue in a little trap door in the middle, so the ones could get inside or outside from within.
And when do you want to make these modifications?
Suggestions to consider.
I'm sure our future endeavors will give us plenty of coin to play with.
As the
Now we
trap door will
don't-
be useful, should we capsize?
Unfortunately, we don't have the time to invest in it currently. We still need to deal with the bandits and the other creatures of the wood.
Bandits first. But yes, this should do. As for the driver,
Yes, the stableman mentioned Yesinia was a driver. Looking for work, maybe.
are they fighters?
I don't
Darvish
recall
shrugged.
if... Did they
Well-
do anything to help us during the ambush, or did they hide?
Yesenia did help. Yes.
Well, they were of assistance during the ambush in the caravan, on our way here.
Oh. Well, as long as they're battle hardened, we are going somewhere dangerous. Bandits aside, there are monsters and creatures. If they're not comfortable dealing with those types of situations, considering more than likely we'll have to leave them behind with the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they could probably help her.
2-man carriage team wouldn't be bad.
But let's meet with this carriage person.
Mm-hmm. Look, and then we all conveniently end up in the inn at the same
Should
time.
I stay with the carriage or something?
Is he asking right now or just in general?
You guys about to head
Yeah,
inside while
right.
leaving the carriage just sitting here, so he's asking
Oh,
right now.
right. Should we park it?
Get familiar
Sure.
with the horses. I'll let you know when dinner's ready.
I
Alright.
actually don't know the procedures for
I
carriages.
did know that notice at some point that Zerai is missing.
And it's true. As you guys realize that they are missing, and you enter into the tavern, he's inside.
Teleport us.
But we'll get there in just a moment. Meanwhile, as you guys begin to make your way inside the tavern,
Elmer, I'm Timothy.
Timothy's getting familiar with the horses. He's introducing himself. But yes, as you guys begin making your way into the tavern, I'm just going to shucky ducky you guys' tokens over that way. So you would get there not quite around this time for their purposes of what they're about to gather information for. But while you're having your conversations with these three, whether it be from them or from some of the nearby townsfolk who are, just having random conversations, you would gather that a few things of note. You would realize that, first off, apparently the Emperor, Impouted, I forgot their name off the top of my head, just randomly out of the blue, I'm gonna go grab that.
Rorik the Fourth.
Yes, Rorik the Fourth, thank you. Impouted Rorik the Fourth, there's been rumors going around that he has been going through some food tasters quite often. Many of them have been fired? Maybe? Some say they were fired, some say that they succeeded in their job. To the point of, they did what their purpose was, and that they did not survive their purpose.
Mission successfully failed.
Indeed. He's gone through, from the seams of it, about 4 food tasters and 2 cooks as well. Some think that he might be a little paranoid right now, or some think that there's something else is going on. They're not quite sure, but there's these kind of conversations definitely a bit more of a hush-hush. But you'd gather that something's going on with the Imperative. Additionally, from some of the other conversations going on around the tavern, a lot of them are talking about the upcoming festival. Some are talking about a market that will likely be pitched up soon, just like last year. Not an official festival, but there was a market of sorts that happened around mid-month of I'm trying to get the actual universe name. It's next month in game, but it's the universe name for it. It is Granduary. Mid-Granduary, which is September, for your guys' knowledge. There is not an official festival, but there is one that has been happening the past 2 years now. Where a bunch of the local farmers and traders come to town and offer up their various goods, their vegetables, some of their fruits, some of their well-hunted game and the like. But additionally to that, Lord Estrati, this past year, he wasn't, the Lord back then, but he did show up in town, and some of his companions showed up as well, and they held a bit of a tournament at that time. They're thinking that might occur again, and they're thinking with his recent purchase of a warhorse, they're thinking that might actually be something a bit more fancy involved with this time around. There's some talk that there might be a jousting field raised, which they're pretty excited about. A lot of people are interested in the games that might follow from that. Finally, third rumor that you would gather. What was my roll again? A 4, okay. This would be a bit more of a a conversation between you and Ivan, and would kind of get some disgust from Dottie, but it's mentioned by Ivan. If you're looking a bit like, if you're feeling a bit lonely, if you need someone to, help you out in certain issues, it's said that, what's your name again? Rumor just tells me someone is available. I need to grab the actual character name from my NPC list. So, it would be you, which means go grab them for make sure. Apparently, Yomiya, local in town, has been particularly free with their sexuality and their activities. So, if you're of interest, if you're wanting an easy lay, is what they're getting at, and that would get some of the disgust from Dottie. That is something that would be noted, as that is actually what I rolled for 4, is that if you want some special attention, it does put air quotes there, speak to this person. Anything else you were wanting to get for rumor-wise or conversation-wise with these people? Otherwise, the others will, at this point, enter into the tavern.
I think I'm gonna pass on the easy lay.
Well, to be fair, that is something that Zerai gets. You were not there for that particular thing. But it's fair.
I would say, it's a shame, but I'm afraid I just don't have the time.
Yeah, well, I understand. You lot have been going out in force quite a lot lately with all them bandits' activities. And when you're back, though,
Maybe perhaps then. See. Thank you for the info.
At this point, you would hear Tarvis yelling about horses outside.
Okay.
Yeah, they're having their conversation now in terms of the timeline.
I'm still getting busy getting drunk.
Indeed. All right. Your guys' conversation will continue from there. Some random other smattering, some drinking and enjoying. Eventually, Dara would head out, and she would pass by the others as they enter into the building. Not drunk or anything like that, but she would, she obviously has had a bit of a drink. So, a bit tipsy. But the rest of the party would then, at this point, make their way into the tavern. Which reminds me, the stream view was not there.
Oh. That's what Markek says as they walk in. What? Robert. Okay, so as we walk in, it sees Zerai. I want to do an insight check.
Go ahead.
Let me just. All right. General vibe of the tavern. How drunk is Zerai and the others?
You've been drinking since
really
you got here, so you're definitely really drunk at this point. Anything else that would be gained from a 23?
What about the patrons around them?
Well, I imagine Azrai has something more than just you're already drunk from 23. That's up to you to provide, though, Regan. As for the other patrons, I'll provide that after Regan.
Yeah, he's speaking strangely, like not in the normal manner you've heard him talk, and he's definitely really drunk, and the stories that he's telling are weird, but they're not lies.
Oh boy. He'll turn to the rest. I'll take care of Zerai.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, buddy.
Hey!
Hey!
Look.
Switches his mug of ale for a mug of water.
Would you sit down with us and have a drink?
Sure. But don't you think you've had enough?
I'm still awake,
Are you sure?
much as I could tell.
I mean, because you gotta be careful, man. You just dropped this. And I try and sleight of hand his wallet.
Roll sleight of hand. Roll perceptions, right? Disadvantage due to your drunken state.
Does that give me advantage because he's drunk?
No, they just have disadvantage.
Gotcha. 19.
Yeah, your wallet was apparently on the floor, and they handed it to you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll put it away.
Yeah, you've had enough. Let's get some water in you.
You insist.
What was that? I couldn't hear that. Is it right?
If you insist.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
slurring pretty bad.
Come on, buddy. Let's
Eh.
get you some water. Bring you back to your room. Get you cleaned up.
If you ever want to
Alright.
share some drinks again, know where to find us.
Yeah, great talking to you.
Yeah, same.
He'll let you kind of guide him back towards his room.
Yeah. He's gonna as he lures you back to the room, he's gonna bump into this guy, and take some. Might as well. I'm gonna try and get some gold from this guy, and then I'm gonna try and put it in the rice bucket. Just so you know, when he wakes up, he doesn't realize, he doesn't go like, "Oh shit, I drank a lot." You know. So here is my sleight of hand.
Oh, I didn't notice. I can guarantee I didn't notice.
Yeah, you're +3 at best. You're not noticing that.
Yeah. So basically, Sarai is not losing any money, and every money and any gold Sarai would have had to pay for their drinking, this guy paid instead.
All right, pretty good.
Apparently.
They don't notice.
Right.
They're drunk as well, and they don't have a +5.
It's really
Alright.
fun being a helpful rogue.
You can take me back to my room,
Yeah.
and where I will pretty much promptly pass out.
Excellent.
Morkag will do the nice thing and remove their boots or whatever their shoes are, and wrap them in the covers like a burrito, but make sure that they're facing sideways. You know? And he'll put a bucket here. So should you regurgitate, it'll go in the bucket.
Definitely gonna have. But probably not towards the early morning.
Oh, that's me dealing with him.
All right. While Mordecai brings Azarai up to their bedchamber, what's everyone else doing?
We're taking a look around to find this driver who's over there.
Aha!
Target acquired.
You would find them enjoying a meal with an elven woman, pale skin, small fawn-like horns piercing from their forehead, long braided blonde hair. They themselves are dressed in a very simple linen clothing with a leather vest, a necklace of various beads, even a few bone fragments, long-ish blonde hair tied back in a bun, tannish pink skin, and from the seams of it, they're just conversing about the festival that's likely to occur soon. Basically getting interested in what might be showing up that time, and hoping, as a gathering, near the end of their conversation, as you guys start approaching, hoping that the bandits are taken care of before it occurs. As you say that...
Yeah, speak of the devil. You folks handled them bandits just yet? There's a festival coming on soon. Would hope that the,
bandits are still around, it's likely the fest will be cancelled. So
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
It'll be handled in time.
Mm-hmm. That is next on our list.
Aye,
In fact,
we
We have
just
done all of our prep work.
smashed another necromancer on the way here.
oh, you know, that's good. Yeah, man, those dead were quite frightful when they showed up here last. Shivers down my spine.
Mm.
She sees you guys kind of standing around looking towards her a bit more. Is
Tarvis
this
walks over and sits on the bench.
something need in particular?
Oh, hi, actually, we had just bought a carriage and we're looking at possibly hiring a driver.
I see.
Straight to the point.
Well, I suppose that would entail going into the woods, then, wouldn't it?
Well, you see, don't we have a map?
You guys have a map.
Kane will just pull out the map, put it on the table for now.
You see, we've managed to activate the Minhir stone over here, and we plan to travel between here and the woods where we're gonna take care of those bandits, to this other Minhir stone, and then to the ferry. We were hoping someone could manage to handle and drive this carriage along this route.
Well, woods are mighty dangerous. Need extra pay? The dangers involved. They would, yes.
Which means we'd have to take the long way back.
We'd have to
home.
run back and forth again.
Yes.
Fine.
Previously, by the way, I had it so non-animal companions also require to be attuned to the stone, so you'd have to tune your horses, but I've gone away with that ruling.
Oh, thank
Mhm.
God.
My Sunday group, they had to buy a specially made carriage, magical in nature, to do this. They spent like $8,000 on it.
$8,000?
Well, it's got some magical forming horses that have a speed far faster than normal horses. There's 6 of them, and its carrying capacity is very high, because it's an extra dimensional carrying capacity. And the carriage storage space inside is actually comfortable for about 10 individuals, I believe. It's really fancy. Yeah.
Future goals? Huh? Future goals? Future goals?
Yeah, no,
So-
I've gone away with that rule. So
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is that this is not gonna save us any time immediately because we'd have to get them reattuned to the stone.
not immediately, no.
Well, we ourselves could bring the carriage. Wait, what happens if we bring the carriage through and they're in the carriage?
Well, one of the stones.
Damn.
The carriage would disappear from around them and they would fall to the ground.
Yes.
It's a brilliant plan. We get them there.
Very
We forget this in character. But then we abandon them at the Menhir Stone.
We already did the path. It won't be that long, considering we can just follow the...
The problem is that we can't follow the road all the way there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the carriage
right,
becomes an
because,
issue.
because of the spiders.
Yeah.
I mean, we're level 3 now. We're stronger.
It's the problem is we can't take the carriage because it's rough terrain.
Yeah, this would turn into some people would
Well-
take the carriage. We'd probably 2 people on the riding horse to bring her to the Menhir Stones on the Noctis Woods side of
Oh,
things.
God.
That's
Well-
dangerous as all hell.
You guys could
remember-
perhaps, as you're asking about this, she would speak up. Well, there is, one of the northern routes down south into that area. I believe Waldemar might know about some of them. It could take you to the Menhir Stones out that way, without having to go too far south. A bit of a backtrack from the Menhir Stones east of here, but doable.
Suggestion, for now, since we have pressing business with these bandits,
Yes.
is that perhaps we have you attuned to the northern Menhir stone on this journey, and then send you back to town. Do you think you could make the ride with a horse on your own?
With a horse, certainly, yes.
And then we send you back to town with our spare horse. We worry about the southern Menhir stone, perhaps after we've dealt with these bandits.
Seems reasonable
You'll-
enough.
And you'll essentially be paid for attuning to a stone, and in the interim, we will assure your employment, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of employment, there is a matter of pay. Forest is a dangerous place after all, and I would require more than the standard fare for a caravanning job.
Well, what is it then?
Here.
Also, can we pay you in berries?
Genuine berries.
Food provided as part of the expense, of course, of course.
Let's see here. You're looking to hire me on as full-time carriage driver for you. I'd be needing about, assuming we're going to dangerous areas such as this forest, often enough, 60 gold a month.
Tarvis would look to Danu, who owns the carriage.
She's turned to stone. Tragic.
I'm back. I'm sorry. 60 gold a month is quite steep. Would you also require food? And would you provide your own equipment?
I would cover anything of that sort. This is just for my work as a caravan driver. So, plainly speaking, I would cover my own equipment, I would cover my own food and provisions.
And if we were to break a will, would you be able to repair the will? Are you skilled in that?
Done some, wainwrights in my days, yes.
I'd say they're fairly qualified.
Hmm.
Given our latest venture and its payout, do we have enough to cover it for a little while?
We're fine. Are we okay with this? The 60 gold?
Well, I would like to talk her down. If that's possible. But I have no idea. Like, normally, if I'm going to hire somebody like IRL, I'm going to be like, all right, is that what you want? Okay, I'll pay it. But, like, Danu might try to negotiate with her.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay.
As I say, given that she's raising her prices for the sake of the woods, you could point out how proficient we have been. That could be your argument. We
And
are
also-
protection.
And also, we have this fancy vampire stone that keeps night beasts away sometimes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so it's
True.
much safer now. We've cleared out a lot of the dangers.
Oh, yeah, and she'll have her own bodyguard, Timothy.
And don't forget, the stone doesn't actually work for us so far as we can tell.
Oh wait, we don't mention
we don't-
that. We don't mention that.
Wait,
Are you
but
guys
we should-
helping me? Is that
You have
should I?
advantage
Should I?
because of their
Okay.
ADS.
Yeah. That said, we should definitely hang the second of the two stones we have from the carriage.
Yeah.
Perhaps just have it built into the carriage somehow.
Like wrap it around the
Taste
reins.
Yeah, awkwardly hammer it into the side.
Destroy the carriage.
Throw it in, just leave it in the carriage somewhere. Somebody finds, ooh, a shiny. Oh, it has a weird symbol on it.
First.
Yeah, so 24, I guess.
I would cast guidance, but I'm a little concerned about like whispering spells while I'm trying to convince her things.
I mean, you can certainly try, but that might change the results.
Listen.
Yeah, I can't apply my sigil magic to other people for charms. So.
Just say you have Tourette's and you're just,
Keep in mind when paying for services, you get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that really reducing the price will lower her stats?
No, but it will lower the amount of gear she can buy for herself.
Oh.
Also,
Hey, what-
anyway,
I mean, we just give her
Also
a
might
bonus.
reduce her willingness to stay if things get super dicey.
Oh. 120 a month. Final off.
Well, you recall, you lot protecting us along the way here against those wargs. Suppose I could lower me down a wee bit. 50 gold a month?
sorry, how much?
50 gold a month.
Ooh.
Acceptable.
Casimir will produce the 50 gold from the party storage. I assume that's where we're taking it from, correct?
Mhm.
And,
Or rather, I assume so. So.
yeah. And he'll
Yeah.
toss over a bag with 50 gold in it.
Alright. Very good. Pleasure doing business with you. I'll be good and ready to head out in the morning. Let me know when you looking to head out.
Mm-hmm. Hireling get? Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'll get her some combat stats in the near future.
Nice.
I already know her basic stuff, so it's easy enough to grab. I just give her like a full actual stat sheet rather than the quick NPC sheet she has. For now, that will work. So, anything else you guys would like to do?
Right. Is her eyes tucked in? You've spoken to the driver.
Indeed, it has worked out. We'll ride in the morning to the Menhir Stones, and then she will return to town until we can arrange a time to escort her into the Noctis Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Goes to bed.
Excellent.
We could probably make use of the tunnel system when the time comes if we can't figure out the northern roads.
Also true.
Aye.
Spelunking is not my forte.
So as far as our plan in the morning when we leave, we're going back to the Menhir Stones. We're letting Ysendria borrow our riding horse to go back to town. From the Menhir Stones, we're taking the carriage to the ferry, where we'll then camouflage the carriage as best we can and leave it there, along with the horses and Timothy. Well, no. We're taking Timothy with us to the bandit camp. And then we're making our way to the bandit camp, along which route?
Could we go to the bandit camp with the carriage and then dissimulate it while it's still on the road there?
So to take the carriage to the bandit camp, I'm not sure if it will fit on the ferry. If it will, that'd probably be a trip all on its own.
Oh, the ferry, of course.
Otherwise, we
the road.
we would have to go south all the way around. We could
yeah.
go north, but we know the bandits are watching the northern roads.
Why wouldn't they also be watching the ferry?
They might be. We also try to convince the ferryman to let us off elsewhere. You know.
Either way, I believe we'll be leaving the carriage at the ferry on the eastern shore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Till
Do
then,
we have shovels?
I have one. Shows the
might-
dirty shovel he picked up from the necromancer.
I might grab a spare shovel. I'm thinking maybe we dig out a parking area for the carriage that we can then cover and camouflage, make a dugout in another hill or something. I don't know. Give it a garage.
I'm sure the ferry driver, himself will probably watch over it for us. Or could be convinced to.
At the very least, he'll try to protect the horses, right?
They're
Such as
animals.
loyal druids.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose that'll be a conversation with him that we'll need to have.
Indeed. And from there, we see if we can't get him to drop us off closer to the bandit camp and go straight there.
Mm-hmm.
Aye?
Aye.
All right. So, we have a plan.
We have a plan. Y'all need to rest up then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyone else do anything before the evening's close?
Actually,
Have a few drinks. But that's it.
I am. Well, since we're staying the night, might as well go out for a walk of fresh air, i.e., take note of the patrols.
Mm-hmm.
And and after that, set up the chest somewhere, see if it fits under the bed,
Mm-hmm.
and if it doesn't, put it in the cupboard.
Gotcha. A medium chest would fit under the bed. Might be a bit of a tight squeeze, but it will fit.
Gotcha. All right, good.
In terms of the patrols, due to the newly arrived guardsmen, patrols a bit more beefed up. There's also some of the civilians here who have willingly signed on to help act as a militia for the town, just for the time being, while the bandits' activities have been a bit more greater than normal due to the recent attack. With your knowledge, give me a perception check.
Perception 20.
The patrol routes themselves, they're pretty solid. They tend to have every one area of the town decently covered. It would be difficult to sneak into town with their particular group and how they are spread throughout the town and the routes that they take. If you spend longer, you might find some weaknesses in these routes, but just at a basic glance or a basic watch that doesn't, like 5 minutes or so of watching, you don't really see any particular signs of weakness in their patrols.
Patrols, yeah, because of the bandit scheme.
Yeah.
That might change later on.
Yeah.
Knowing the weaknesses will help.
Yeah. You would also notice that the new soldiers are most certainly soldiers. They know what they're doing. They are well equipped, well armed, and they are better trained than the basic guards that were already here, and definitely better trained than the people who signed on as militia. Essentially looking at some higher level fighters compared to basic warriors or just commoners, in fact.
Where are those guys stationed? Like, they came in, right?
Uh,
Are they all stationed in the barracks? Or
the garrison seems to be, for those that you're noticing, they seem to drop off within the keep, within the walls of the keep.
The Estradi family keep, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There seems to be a barracks or the like in that area, which is where the soldiers seem to be heading.
The keep, huh?
Well, somewhere in the keep. You don't know if it's the keep or one of the side buildings there, but definitely in that area.
All right. In that case, with the little time I have, instead of like doing searching for the weaknesses, instead, Mark is gonna try and plan out visiting the keep. Well, not tonight, obviously, but when they come back from the bandit stuff and things settle down. Basically, he wants to, there's a path here for a walk.
Yeah.
He's gonna just follow it.
All right. For this evening, give me a investigation check. You can also provide a tactics check. on what information you're trying to gather for this evening.
All right. So for the where's my two others? So for the I guess looking around the perimeter, seeing what you can see about patrols and stuff. Oh wow. And yeah, like if somebody were to scale the wall, which would be the most proper way, or if there's any weaknesses in the wall that would allow someone to get in, or any exits that aren't seen from this. Like, is there like a
So, as you're doing your walkabout the keep itself, with a 25, the patrols do seem to have a particular weak spot. A place where during certain hours of the night, not during any full moons there would be enough light that they would probably notice, but during newer moons, crescent moons, maybe in a gibbous moon, the northeastern corner, kind of where the wall meets the tower base, there's a moment where there's a blind spot there where the patrols would have no view of the area. It's a brief moment, but enough time that someone who is a skilled climber could climb a rope and get atop the wall and probably find cover before the patrol meets back up. In that particular area, due to the nature of the directions of the sun and, or more actually the moon and whatnot, the townsfolk who might be in that area who would be close enough due to the hill would not actually see much of anything. They'd have to be pretty keen-eye observers, and they'd have to be looking at that area to potentially notice anything. So it's the greatest chance, because up here on the northern end, which is the other option, there is also a blind spot there, a brief one, but it's more open the back half where the farmlands tend to be, and they would have a pretty good view of you, and the moonlight that would light you up.
So this place.
Yeah.
Alright. I need a moon calendar. Man, I wish I was an empire. Then I could just fucking moonwalk up there. Oh, I mean that's doable, right?
That's what you would gather with your first evening of patrol. Keep in mind that is only one evening of looking at it,
okay.
so you do not know if things change, but that is what you gather from that patrol.
That's fine. One evening is enough. I don't want to overplay my hand. Now back to bed. Oh.
All right. So, unless there's anything else, the evening goes by uneventfully. Everyone achieves a long rest, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm long resting.
Oh my god. You know, I quickly read caravan driver as Canadian driver.
All right. I have updated my time of day, or the date in my personal DM calendar, so we're good here. And all right, there we go. So, you guys wake from your evenings of rest. Breakfast is provided, as previously mentioned, due to your current quest. Vasily, he is providing you guys with meals, and for those who paid for your stay here, you are provided with a bit more to your meal than just the basics that everyone else has been given. Like finer ales, some bit more food on the side rather than just the basic breakfast plate. It's a filling meal, and it's enjoyable for those who paid the extra. Well, it's enjoyable regardless, but it's more enjoyable for those paid extra. Is there anything you guys would like to do? Or would you like to just gather up your things and head on out?
I have to go shopping for a few things before we head out. I apologize to everybody saying I'm feeling very sick and I got to buy just a couple of items and I can be right back.
Take your time, it's alright. We'll need time to load up the carriage.
Okay, I go buy a post kit and a silver dagger and blah. Sorry, I'm a bandolier.
Say again for the first time. The bandolier is easy enough to buy. It's 13 gold.
The poisoner's kit. You said that I could find one for 50 gold.
Yeah, okay. Poisoner's kit, you could find one from Valdemar. He would sell you one. Get a little bit of a weird look. But, I mean, he's like adventurous. It's fine.
And a silver dagger.
Silver dagger. I believe I also gave you the price for that.
Yeah, it was like 11 gold or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. More cash for silver dagger. Silver dagger would be 11 gold.
Yeah.
Yep, so you can pick
So,
one of those
yeah.
up as well. Silver weaponry isn't super hard to find within Borussia, so it's doable.
Do we have any more greater healing potions? I'm down one. I would like to get another if we have some extra.
I'm currently holding on to 2.
I'm holding on to 2 as well.
Tarvis will pull one of the spares out of the pack that he carries and replace yours, yes. Graders?
Sure.
Yeah. Alright. He had 4, he now has 3.
Okay, that sounds good.
I also did pick up 6 regulars from, 5 regulars from the priest. So not as good, but still doesn't offend.
If you purchased 5 from the priest, I'm going to mark that up so I know that there is less currently in stock of basic healing. Alright. Pretty good. Yeah, it's easy enough to get those items. Anything else the party would like to do? Would like to head on out?
I think we're good to go.
Alright.
Mhm.
Gather the party. Oop. 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 Them as well.
Oh, whoops, let me.
Fine.
Sorry, I was over by the carrot.
I'm about to drag him to the carriage, so it's fine.
Nice.
You need to go.
I'm a genius.
Let's see here. That's 4, 5, 6. There we are. Snapping grid. And putting you there for the carriage driving.
Who wants to ride the horse?
Shotgun.
Oh, we've got the 2 draft horses on the carriage and then the riding horse. Who wants to ride alongside is what I was asking.
Actually, who can? I can, I guess, with my animal handling.
Riding a
You
horse would be an animal
could-
handling skill, so if you're proficient in animal handling, probably the best to ride it.
Anybody else
Yeah.
proficient?
Nope.
No.
Oh, guess I'm a Mongol now. Hell yeah!
+1?
Alright.
Because I got a bow and I'm on a horse. Horse archery.
Means everyone else is heading on into the carriage. Alright, there we go. That is the marching order. Guess Tarvis is sitting on the back. And I'm going to copy that. Copy. These guys begin to make your way out eastward along the road towards the Menhir Stones. Slow, medium, or fast pace?
Medium.
Fair.
Mhm.
We're talking
Fair.
about this.
Medium pace. You guys
No
are traveling the road.
Fast pace. ...
But we're impatient though.
Breaks the wheel on the carriage. Now we have to go slow.
Yeah, fine.
Alright. Is there any encounter for the day of travel? No. Alright. Takes you a day and a little bit longer, like an hour after that, to reach the Menhir Stone. But you would eventually reach the Verdansk Menhir Stone, and as you guys begin to part ways with Yesenia, you'd see that she is tuning to the stones, ready for what's to come, and as well as, I guess, be behind your riding horse. And I'm going to mark up time traveled. Let's see here, you guys would arrive at the other Menhir Stone around then, and it would be at this point in Okay, because you guys know the day would pass to get here. Cool.
Mhm.
And
But
since we're taking the carriage without Yesenia, someone needs to be riding next to her who's taking notes on how to drive the carriage, being
I mean,
non-proficient.
I got animal handling. I could probably drive the carriage.
Okay. We just have to make it to the ferry, but without a driver. And
Yeah,
non-proficient-
I should be enough. I mean,
well,
I got along with Corinne.
were you wanting to try to learn how to drive a carriage?
Oh, can I? That'd be cool.
Anyone can try to learn. Just need
I
to let me
wanna
know if you
learn.
want to do it.
Well, if you're off on the
You
Yeah,
need to
the
be
horse, I
riding
assume.
shotgun if you're wanting to learn.
Ah, gotcha. Oh, but I'm the only one that can ride the horse. All right, never mind then. Somebody else do it.
So, Casimir, you wanting to learn?
does anyone else actually have animal handling? Because I don't. So.
No.
I guess it doesn't matter. But sure, yeah, why not?
All right, what's your intelligence score?
I think I got a +1.
What's your score?
Yeah, hold on. I'm scrolling. It is. No, it's just 10. Never mind.
So 10. All right. All right. I will mark you as having spent 1 day learning how to drive a carriage.
Yay!
Casimir, 1 out of 30 days. Carriage
Oh.
proficiency. Oh, there you go. I have that marked on my notes. You guys would head on down at this point to the Menhir Stone there, and I'm going to put you guys on the Noctis Woods map now.
Mhm.
You guys portal through the Menhir Stones, arriving within the Noctis Woods map at this point. Seemingly going a same medium pace. We're going to continue along the road.
Mhm.
It'll take you guys a little over an hour, like 5-10 minutes, but you guys would eventually arrive at the Enderwin Ferry.
Significantly faster.
Significantly faster, yes.
So wait, this is still the same day, right?
This is day 2 of travel. You spent 1 day traveling along the road to get to the Menhir Stone. You were within sight of it by the time the day was over and you had to set up camp. And then you guys rested, no issue. If you guys want to, I can go and do some forced marches, but you guys have tended to not do forced marches, so I kind of just
No, that's fine.
get
I
past
just
that.
wondered.
Yeah, it is day 2 of travel now since leaving town. It's still early morning. It's not even the afternoon yet when you guys arrive at the ferry.
And it's Grandeur first,
It is indeed the first.
which is a Monday. Aha. Alright.
Yeah. All right. Now, as you guys arrive at the ferry, I believe I already have your tokens copied from the map. I'm just going to do that again, just because I'm being a little weird. Oh, that's why your carriage itself isn't a freaking token. That'll fix it. Change your token, and then grabbing guys' tokens, and copying. There we go. Now I'll grab everyone. To the ferry. You guys would make your way into the area. You are not here, Clinton. You are gone. Same with Yesenia. Everyone else, though, is here. Alright. Grabbing you guys and putting you guys on the map. Yep. Oh, you guys' tokens are already here, apparently.
Yeah, clothes.
Okay, this time of day, you'd probably be over here. Okay. So, as you slowly wheel your way into the area, simple journey. The sun is shining, though it is somewhat dimmed by the nature of the forest that you're in, and you would see the familiar mound of earth that represents the home of Janos. It's off in the distance at the edge of the pier itself. A simple wooden vessel tied to the pier, indicating that he is, in fact, still here. Or at least should be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go grab the area.
I suppose we ride up to the building.
Yeah. I don't actually have ownership of the carriage, so.
Oh, I'll fix that in a second. Carriage. Don't want to make you a PC because that will add you to initiative whenever you guys are added. So, ownership has been given. All right.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hell,
we did the best we
you did the best you could. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, wheel on by. The door would open and you would see Janos kind of poke his head out. Ah, you're back then. Seem to have picked up what you were mentioning.
indeed.
Well, there's a spot around back, amongst the bushes there. You can park the carriage. Didn't want to ferry across the lake then, or perhaps a place to stay for the afternoon? Not quite late enough.
I think we are good to head across as soon as possible, unless I am mistaken.
Righty-ho then. Let's see here.
Though, I do have a request as far as jumps out of carriage. Getting a ride across the lake.
Hey?
Do you intend to go to the other dock, or could we potentially get you to drop us off towards the southern shore? Pulls out his map.
Hell, let us take a look at the map and find where you actually want to land first.
Mhm.
I'm gonna bring out you guys to the Noctis Woods map for this because that'll entirely depend on if he's willing or not.
And Kane starts wildly pointing. So, according to our companion, points at Timothy, the bandits have been watching these roads. Given their camp is here, it'd be wise for us not to approach that way. We know they have a secret entrance off this way, which is where we intend to go. So if we could drop off anywhere on this shore, we could avoid their patrols and just go straight for their base.
Well,
Unless, of course, you know something we don't. And,
I don't know exactly
doing
where
such.
they be patrolling, but I could drop you off a bit closer. So long as it's not on the southern coast. Want to go there? Either going to pay a lot extra. You have to be prepared for whatever we might face. Which, to be clear, you'll have to be prepared for whatever we might face, anyways. But that coast there has got some creatures that I'd rather not tangle with, you know. So but I can drop you off around here. No problem there. This is where that's the finger point. So around here, no problem. A bit further south, a bit more dicey, but as long as it's on the northern side, it's doable. Further into that inlet, though, it's a bit too close to their territory.
That's a giant fist.
Oh,
Do you know anything?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mr. Trellis supposedly was a great titan of sorts back during the before the Crusades. Even I hear say tried to tangle with some of the masters of these woods. Supposedly it fell at their fist. Its fist rising out from the earth with which the heroes that fought it off buried it in. All that's left, supposedly.
So is there
Oh.
nothing particular about this?
Well, some
Monument?
say that there's a particular entrance within that fist there leads to the belly of this Titan. Titan itself, long since petrified, said it's. There's many who say that it's belly, oracle or actual belly, a treasure trove of sorts, all sorts of gems, minerals, metals, plenty of things that it swallowed during its conquest of these lands. Definitely a place of danger, but one's really figure out how to get inside. But people still try every now and then. Every now and then I drive, sail some adventurers across to that there fist, and sometimes I bring them back after they are bored, or sometimes I don't see them again.
Mm-hmm. So, given the bandits just assaulted Razvan, I'm going to go on a limb and say if they're expecting retaliation, they're going to be watching the north, because, again, according to our friend Timothy here, they are not so fond of the thing south of them.
With good reason, too. They're ruined there. Points at the castle.
Mm-hmm.
That place, Castle Damashke, it is home to a beast. A great beast, even. Don't want to tangle with that. Which is why, if you catch sight of it, well, regardless of pay, I'll be sailing in the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of great beasts, I forgot to stop by your friend's house in the morning.
Well,
My apologies. He did mention something about a stone-eyed beast. Some sort of newt. What did he call it? A basilisk.
oh, nasty beasties, those. There's a fair few plots in these woods that they tend to congregate. Some on the northern side, some on the southern side. And I gather that Witch of the Woods up north may be keeping a few of them as pets. Any of those who might do them wrong, stick them on them, turn them out to stone. So, carefully paddling out north to that swamp there, but Valdemar pays well enough, so you guys can handle yourself against a Draco Skull. I'm sure you can handle yourself against a few old basilisks. Just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is true or not. I'm not a skilled alchemist or anything of that nature, but I hear that their blood be a good counter to their petrifying gaze. So, if you ever find your friends or yourself getting all stoned up, just rub some blood on it. Might get better soon. It doesn't, perhaps you need a bit more to it than just rubbing the blood, but that's what they say. Blood can cure their petrification.
Interesting. Tarvos will look at the rest of this group. He did mention that he'd pay extra for their eyes, so while you normally shoot for the eyes, don't shoot for the eyes. They're worth a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, no, most certainly.
Size.
The masters themselves, not something one really wants to tangle with. At least not myself, but their eyes, supposedly many of the herbalists and trappers certainly are willing to purchase that. And if you happen across an enchanter, they certainly like to pay some top coin for it too.
Mm.
As tempting as it is, as to try and decipher the mystery of the fist and going after that beast, we should focus on the bandits.
Mm-hmm.
Eye twitch.
So I do have a curious question about the eyes on these basilisks.
Hey,
Do they have to see you, or do you have to see them for their effects?
oh, I have no idea myself. Not a magizoologist, so that's that's my specialty, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
But just in case, you might want to bring a mare. Look at it from the mare.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, have you decided where you want to drop off?
Well, like I said, I can drop you off anywhere on the
As close as
western
possible.
coast there. Anything within the inlet, though, it's a bit pricey. And if you see any of the Vercolicus, I would be turning back.
Gotcha. So here then, safer.
Yeah, here would be the safest.
I can get you
Southernmost
there,
approach.
And then we can follow the shore.
Sounds
Mm.
good.
Very well. Do you mind if we leave this carriage here?
Oh, certainly. You can keep it out back in the what I mentioned earlier.
And the horses?
Now the horses, I don't quite have a pen for them. I'll have to hitch them, and I'll see to them when I get back. But I can watch them for you. Won't be too costly, but I can watch them for you.
That would be appreciated.
So the horses will be here alone.
For a couple hours, while we sail across the lake.
They'll be fine.
Be lunch.
Yeah, you have no choice. I would much prefer Timothy avoid being seen with us.
Mm-hmm. There was that too. They won't quite be alone, Timothy. Oh. Hmm.
I kind of
Bring-
do wish Timothy should protect the horses.
I thought we needed
Mhm.
him with us for the secret entrance.
Did we?
Well, he told us where it
Told
was.
us. He told us where
Yeah.
it was.
He in fact drew us a rather intricate map.
He did. I rolled really high, surprisingly.
I thought that was just the layout of the interior. Whatever.
No, yeah. he
Timothy
told us.
needs to go with us for his own sake.
What say would that be?
Community service.
Community service, indeed.
I'm much rather you keep watching the horses, to be honest.
Unfortunately, if something shows up to kill the horses, I doubt that Timothy will be able to hold them off on his own, nor would he be inclined to do so.
I saw him take down a warg, bashed
Mm.
its skull in.
I forgot, he killed all 11 of those wargs on his own.
It's true.
I wouldn't be so mocking considering you took a nap near the fire.
I am not mocking him, I am simply not overstating his abilities like you are.
Look, I can protect the horses. I can go with you either way.
Yeah, I'd much rather he stay with the horses.
I can see both sides of this argument, and I'm going to remain neutral.
Damn centrist.
Well, Tarvis believes he should go with us.
Two
I
for,
still-
one against.
I still consider him my prisoner until we have taken care of the bandits. When the bandits have been taken care of, he can go his own way. And if he wishes to work for us or someone else, then that's his own business.
Right then.
So, sail across this lake then?
Mm.
D6 gold for the ferry to that particular location. And, silver. Make sure your horses be fed. Plenty of fine grass that's perfectly suitable for them, but mostly for the water. The lake is not exactly the purest. Requires a bit of a process to get it suitable for full drink. At least a long-term drink. I don't know how long you guys are going to be going.
Do we just casually hint him 7 gold?
It's just 7 gold.
He is asking for 61 silver. We're offering him 7 because it's easier to do gold than silver, I assume.
Yeah, okay, I will take the 7 gold out of the party store.
Right, well, if return, I'll make sure that they are well fed and kept.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, shall we be off?
Yep.
Right. Oh, as you guys hitch the wagon out back, hiding up with some foliage and hitching the horses just for this particular travel. German and Ulot will make your way to the ferry and set sail across the lake, heading off to the small little bay area, the southernmost edge of the western side of the lake. With top the inlet, though, not within. That'd be bad. However, let's see if there's any. Okay. Interesting. I'd like to adjust that encounter check anyway.
We accept our fate.
Let's say,
Exactly, accept our fate.
I'm pretty sure low's good though.
Man, this group is so different from my Sunday group. My Sunday group is Fate is ours. Their group name is the Fateful Eight. They use so many freaking Destiny. I think I have like 140, 200 something. I've got a lot of Destiny uses from them.
Mm.
I just like we accept our fate. Which, by the way, you guys will probably want to start thinking about what your group's name is for more details soon.
I want to see how this affects things before I start doing stuff like, because I have no idea. But 140 sounds ridiculous, and I'm afraid for them.
Yeah, I mean they're about to get into their final boss battle. They're at the end of the campaign before prologue kicks off, and I start doing some side stuff.
And that's 144 legendary actions. Let's go.
Yeah, they have 207 spent Destiny. And I put almost all of it into their final boss.
Oh my lord.
I have some left over, spare, put into their epilogue stuff that I might need for it. But I have about 25 given to their final boss.
They're gonna open up the boss door and just get hit by a spirit bomb.
I mean, I already used one of them to do some crazy shenanigans with them. But yes, all right. You guys would make your way across the lake. About 12 miles with this particular ship. You guys are looking at about 4 hours sailing across the lake. And within that 4-hour period, as you guys reach the other end of the lake, you guys would find on the western edge, kind of within the bay area, there is signs of a broken vessel. A ship of a similar size to the one that you're currently in, kind of crashed against the shores. Those who have moderate passive perceptions, I believe Mordecai has observant, would notice that the vessel itself seems pretty clean. It's possible something's left in there, but it has already been looted. So you would need to give it a probably pretty good thorough look over it if there's anything else there. Otherwise, that is the result of your encounter, is that there is a broken vessel upon the lakeshore.
Here's the bandits already got to it.
Mm.
Anybody
He's
else
in their
curious?
territory.
You know that boat, Tim?
Say that I do know. Look familiar to me.
I don't see any harm in poking around.
Y'all know would speak up.
And it looks like some of the scaled folks' boats. They aren't particularly talkative. Bush smooth skins, but might have some treasures with it. Not the friendliest folk, but if you earn their respect,
Totally willing to do business with you.
Now I'm even more curious.
Though it is worth mentioning, the longer we linger around these woods, the higher chance we have of being spotted.
Yes, speaking of which, I'll be heading out now. Best of luck
Yeah.
for your venture against them bandits. Start sailing his way back across the
We
lake.
can always come back.
Indeed, it is probably best we turn to the matter at hand.
Focus.
Your current
Focus.
position as you see the crashed vessel upon the shore, up to the north, somewhat west, you can see the massive fist rising out from the earth below. A strange landmark of sorts, dominating the forest and the plains of this strange area.
I definitely want to visit that afterwards.
Off in the west, you can see the rolling hills and somewhat rocky peaks up some of these hills, looming over the horizon, just barely above some of the edges of the canopy.
All right, Taurus, lead on.
All right, Tim, lead on. I'll walk in lockstep with Timothy. This is his neck of the woods now, right?
All right, I'm meeting more fast pace.
Medium.
Medium.
All right.
Out of curiosity, how many hours of daylight we have left?
At this point in time, day would end in about 5 hours, maybe 6, given
All
or
right,
take.
just. All right, so just for the sake of it, I will cast Aid at 2nd level and give 5 max HP to Tarvis, Zerai, and myself in case we encounter something. So
All
lasts
right.
for 8 hours.
Pretty good. Normal pace, trackless terrain until you guys get to the road. That means you guys are traveling at 1.5 miles an hour. All right. You don't have your horses anymore. 2 hours will pass as you guys reach the road. And Timothy would speak up.
Are we wanting to keep traveling along the forest road here to the passage, or we want to follow the road, split off to the side lake? Benefits and drawbacks to each. Carry on the road here, get there quicker, but we might get seen. Some of my patriots push through the woods, less chance of being seen, but slower. I have to deal with some of the beasts of the woods.
I think keeping to the woods would be more beneficial.
Yes, let's avoid being seen by the
We
bandits.
know they're watching the roads. We have to stay off.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Very well.
Travel for another 3 hours before night fully begins to fall, and the question becomes, would you guys like to force march, as you guys are pretty close to the entrance, as Timothy's would mention? Maybe an hour, 2 hours at most, till you reach it. It would be force march checks going forward at this point, though.
Mm-hmm.
Your failing a force march check would be exhaustion 1.
Exhaustion 1 for every failed check, yes.
Oh,
Force
really
marches for the
bad.
purposes of what the actual roll would be. They are Constitution saving throws with a DC of 10 plus 1 for every hour past the first. So this first check would be DC 10, the second check would be DC 11, and so on. But there's only 2 checks you would need to make at most to get there.
How long does he estimate from the secret entrance to their actual base, or where we would find someone?
10, 15-minute trek, depending how fast we go. We'll have to swim a bit of it, though, so we are good swimmers.
We probably would want to rest up before we start swimming.
Yeah.
Especially if we're going to incur, exhaustion, because we don't want to swim
Yeah.
with exhaustion.
Nope. Or just
Alright.
one. Isn't one like disadvantage on skill checks?
Yeah.
1 is disadvantage on all ability checks, yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Find a
no,
good
it's
place to
all
make
wisdom.
camp.
All right. Give me a scroll check to find a good place to make camp.
I will give advantage.
You know
by
what
helping.
sucks? With my chosen subclass, I can't just say, "Oh, hey, I'm going to use my water vestige and swim across the lake with no issue."
Survival.
It's true.
Bloop.
Oh,
Here we
damn.
go.
30.
Easy.
All right.
peasy.
I will roll an encounter check. You can choose to ignore it.
Rolling that one, rolling that one, rolling that one.
All right.
Oh.
That is an encounter within this close to the bandit's base. I will roll to see what type it is. A patrol of bandits, specifically mostly undead, would pass by the camp. You can choose to engage, or you can choose to let them pass. It's a small, moderate patrol. So, like, at most 10 figures within the patrol.
Just let them pass. Probably.
Yeah.
They haven't seen us.
I have not seen you. The 30 total survival with a natural 20 is enough to hide your camp expertly that it'd be very difficult for even some of the beasts of this land to notice your camp.
Yeah, just.
They won't be at
Yeah,
the base
'cause-
when we raid, so.
Yeah. If they're
Yeah.
undead, like the necromancer would sense that if they ever got attacked or whatever.
Yeah. Also, if like they don't return. Yeah.
All right. In that case, your evening goes by uneventfully. You guys would rest up, no problem, and the day would pass. Now, early morning on the next day, the 2nd, I believe. Yep, the 2nd. And we go check to see if there's anything of note of this day, because I haven't checked weather or anything like that yet.
And you said we're only a couple, like 1-2 hours away from there?
1-2 hours away, yeah. Depending on how fast you guys go.
I will cast 8 again. Same 3 targets for 5 bonus HP.
Alright, let's see here. We got this. Alright, no significant weather changes. Moderate temperatures, a light wind, clear skies, a little foggy just due to the nature of this area, but nothing too crazy. And in terms of any star-based events, let me go grab that. Work file, calendar, yep. This is my calendar for the star-based events. At 9 on the 2nd. Other events that I need to work out. Nope. Okay, cool. Nothing of note then, so you guys would wake up, no problem. Set forward. Something more fast paced to get to the secret entrance.
Medium.
Just medium. Yeah.
Alright. It will take you guys 2 hours, but you guys will eventually reach the secret entrance. And at this point, as mentioned by Timothy, you do need to swim to get through. So, I will need some swimming involved. Let's go up just my timeline for when you guys will actually arrive. Go.
I would specifically suggest putting all of our perishables in the bag of holding for this.
That's a good thing to know.
I have a swim speed. Is it possible that I can help people?
What is your strength score?
10.
It is possible you can help some people. Not everyone, but you don't need a lot of strength to help guide someone. You do need to help a lot of strength to perhaps drag someone out of being drowning, but, enough.
Okay, could I possibly make multiple trips?
Definitely can make multiple trips, yeah.
So I could basically just help everybody across with multiple trips?
Maybe not everybody. Specifically, if they have the armored people. That's what I'm worried about.
Heavy armor.
What's on the other side of the swim, specifically? I'd be asking Timothy. When we get there, what are we looking at?
That would be the old caverns beneath the holds. The lake lets out there. A couple air pockets along the way, but swimming's not exactly easy. Bit of a swim too, so. But patrols don't often travel that way. I'm gonna leave the caverns alone. There might be some down in the basement, though, who are dealing with some bodies. There's the incinerator down there. Overall, though, there's not so many people will be keep an eye on that area. Could even use it as a place to hold up for a night if we need to fall back. As long as we maintain our quiet nature.
All right. Tarvis is going to take his armor off.
We should take the guys who have heavy armor, take it off, put in the bag, and then we can get on it once we get on the other side.
It's just Tarvis. Mine's medium, smile.
Well, does your armor specifically have the cumbersome property? That's the property that gives you disadvantage on swim checks.
Mine doesn't.
Yeah, mine does.
What armor you're wearing?
Pretty sure. Chainmail.
Yeah, yours does. Every heavy armor wears it. Most medium armors have cumbersome as well, which is why I'm asking.
Oh, I'm using scale mail, which is just
Come on.
bulk and scale.
Look at that. Doesn't. Fancy. Yeah, no, you're good. So if Tarvis puts their armor in the bag holding, you guys can get through with Danu's help, no problem, no rolls required.
Nice.
I want to roll anyway.
Assuming no one else has cumbersome armor, in which case we'll have to roll. But if you just take the armor off, it's doable.
Take their armor off, press digitation to warm them up after, dry them off a little.
So, as you all swim your way through, go back to my notes and grab some. This is the page I'm looking for.
Prestidigitation is the coward's way to warm yourself up. You just light yourself on fire. Easy class.
Yeah, totally.
It's a really fun vestige.
Grab you guys some new ambience as you swim your way through the tunnels and make your way into the holds of Undar. Music. Up. Play. Right. Swimming upon the shore, as mentioned when you guys first noticed this map, this is my attempt to see how isometric maps work, as I have purchased a bunch of isometric assets, and I'm curious how they function, so I can see about more maps in the future. But for now, this is as it is. I've also been looking into perhaps getting some isometric tokens. That's for other stuff, because those get pretty complicated. Anyways. Map is viable. You guys are free to move around. As you get to the other side, there appears to be no creatures within this area. However, on the far southwestern wall, there appears to be a archway, broken part of the stone walls that has been boarded over by thickened planks of wood. On the northwestern wall, there is another tunnel that is caved in. You can see plenty of loose stone boulders and some larger boulders within that area blocking passage that way. There are a few stalagmites and a few stalactites within this cave, many of which from the ceiling are dripping water down into the pool of water below, and there is a small bit of light piercing from above, as you would notice that there is in fact a break within the cavern's roof that kind of looks over to the surface, though it is mostly obscured by the flora from above. The hole itself is far too small for any creature to fit through of your size. Even a halfling would find it exceedingly difficult, if not impossible, to fit through. But, it's there. And you guys can feel free to put yourself on isometric layer or keep yourself on normal layer. Both seem to work just fine for how tokens look on the map, so either way works for me.
I just threw mine asymmetric for
Mhm.
shits and giggles.
And as a note,
Getting immersed.
let me go grab one of my top down so you guys can see what kind of my thoughts of in the future might be.
First things first, Tarvis will begin putting his armor back on as soon as he gets out of the water.
I forgot that my top down folder is just filled with creatures.
The isometric token layout doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, but I have like some tokens that look like that. I also have some full on top downs that look more like this. I was thinking about potentially using them later, but
There might be an issue with AoE templates though.
Yeah, AoE templates definitely is the issue with the symmetric, which is why I'm not fully on board, but I really like the style. I'm just testing it out.
Where's that option?
Is
It's
the view
right click.
locked in this?
Oh, if
flip.
you
It's under flip.
yeah, flip
Oh.
asymmetric plane.
This is weird.
It is weird. Oh, don't try to rotate. You'll error out. You won't crash. You'll just error.
Yeah, asymmetric plane is one of those newer settings that they've been working on for Map Tool. So, anyways, the area itself is calm, and it takes you a decent amount of time to put your armor back on, but no one seems to investigate this area, so it is doable, no issue.
All right, so while he's putting on this armor, might as well investigate this place.
And I'm going to go to my limbo map and grab my monster tokens for this dungeon because, as mentioned, this place itself, I don't have any tokens on here, so you guys can load the map easier. So I just have rooms indicated, so I know which are in this specific rooms, so I can pop them down as you guys enter. So I'm gonna go get those tokens ready since you guys are now loaded. There.
I too will look around.
All right. Looking around the area, Kane places. It doesn't look fully natural. It looks like many of the walls here were specifically carved. Somewhat shoddy work. Doesn't seem to have been any particularly skilled miner here, but they're not naturally formed. At least not this particular chamber's back half. Further in the lake side, it does appear to be a bit more natural, like a natural opening here. But the walls, they are chiseled, straight, somewhat smoothed in some areas. Even looks like they began work in placing some cobbled stone that they started to mortar in, but they never really finished. Morcag would notice, kind of off within the tunnel entrance here, there's two things to note. Notice that tunnel itself seems to have some signs of a crushed metallic powder, indicating that perhaps that tunnel leads to a ore vein of sorts. But you'd also notice perhaps the reason why it was collapsed. It doesn't appear to have been collapsed due to like an actual cave-in. It seems to have been intentionally collapsed, as you would see that there are some signs of a strange fungus growing just at the edges of the boulders there.
Timothy, did you and your people do this?
That tunnel there. No. We did board up the back half of this tunnel here, though, after some lizards started poking around in the crypt.
Lizard. Can you be more specific?
Yeah, blue-scaled lizards. Vibrant, cerulean streak through their body like a lightning bolt. Quite a shock to them. Bastards, quite angry in numbers, but we managed to scare them off. For that, we blocked off the back entrance so they leave us be.
All right then. Something to clear out so you can deal with the bandits. All right, I guess I'm switching my ammo to be all
This way.
blunt arrows.
So, I have a slightly important question.
Hmm.
How is the light levels in here right now?
So your chamber that you're currently in has dim light for the most part. The closer you get to the lake, the brighter it is. But the edges, like around here-ish, it definitely is just pure darkness.
Okay, so without any light source further, if there was something in here, we wouldn't see it unless Devil Sight. So,
Well,
Dark
that
vision
tunnel is
on.
also boarded up. You guys have to break the boards or remove the boards to be able to see through that tunnel.
that too.
But overall, you guys have limited vision at this point in time. I just changed the map type to be Vision Night, so your dark vision should be somewhat accurate. Light sources are they're one of the things that cause lag, so they're not currently on the map, but I will be adding them as you guys move.
Casimir vanished for me.
I'm about to add one for
Nice.
the natural light that you guys are in.
It's because there's an actual like wall section.
Go. Tarvis can't see, so he'll pull out Dusk Mallet and flick it on.
That works too.
Nice. All right. Let's get through these boards.
All right, that will act as my light source for the natural lighting here, which will give a light source type of that. All right, that should help you guys see.
My tower shield has a torch sconce. Can I fit Dusk Mallet in my torch sconce?
Light source. Weird.
Awesome.
Dust Mallet could fit in your torch sconce, yes.
All right.
It would be an action to pull it out if you need it, but it can fit there.
Okay. Yeah.
It is freaking awesome.
Oh, that's why it's not giving off any light. I give it a freaking aura rather than an actual light source. Boop. Light source. There you go. Okay, that should be accurate to what you guys can see in this chamber. Now that the dust mallet's on and the light source from the natural lighting is on. You guys click on your tokens, you should see their actual vision range.
If people actually have a vision set up.
Yeah. All right. Now, if you guys open that barricade, you guys can either break it open with weapons, or you guys, if you have a crowbar, you can try to pry it open, which would be less noisy.
Here. Hands crowbar.
I was about to say, could we just... I mean, it's a wooden barricade. Can we just light it on fire?
I think we should keep it in case we do need to fall back.
Not only that, but fire would definitely attract their attention when they notice all the smoke. Where do you think the smoke is going to go?
Oh, yeah, I guess it would... Hey, why is there smoke rising up through the,
Secret
yeah.
passage.
Tarvis will step up and start prying at it with the crowbar.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Removing some of BBL. BBL removed. Opens up into a simple stone hallway. A few more stalactites and stalagmites line the area, and it curves off to the southeast on the southernmost edge of the hallway. Not a very long hallway, as you can see from those who have a better grasp of dark vision. But hallway still be. The walls themselves are still unworked, for the most part stone. They are smoothed as they have been carved in a specific pattern, but they are not natural by any means in terms of like natural formed. As the wall curves around to the south, though, you can see it kind of begins to rise in a natural steeped ramp and underlooks some masonry from above. There's some light source, flickering firelight emanating from the hole itself.
I need to go look first.
And he's gone.
I'm on the token layer. That's supposed to be on the object.
I'm gonna try and stealth. And I wanna peer up my ears to see if I hear anything.
Was that an advantage because you were walking?
What?
the Inquisitive Rogue feature.
Rogue.
What about it?
I was just asking if you roll at advantage on perception.
No, it just sets it at 8 minimum.
I see. All right.
I think. Hold on. That's okay. That's bonus action. That's for insight.
Oh, I thought it was Oh, that might be a later feature. I'm thinking that might be the level 9.
Level 9, you have advantage on wisdom, perception, or intelligence investigation. You can move no more than half your speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's level
Yeah,
9.
yeah.
All right. As you begin to stealth your way forward, keeping an ear out for any particular sounds, you will obviously hear the crackling of the fire of the 3 torch sconces from just beyond the chamber that you're in, which, by the way, I will go and ensure that BBL is properly set because you would see some of what's before you. So, oh, did not mean to erase. I meant to add these walls and then erase. Here we are. There we are. All right. From your view, you would see the flickering firelight kind of emanating from the tunnel entrance here, but with a 18 in perception, you would also hear the sounds of creaking metal, and then a whoosh of wind, and then a slamming of metal once more.
Like a door?
Perhaps. Definitely sounds like some form of heavy metal object opening and closing.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna take a look. So I'm gonna go in. Oh. Sneak.
Tarvis will wave Timothy forward and ask him what's up there while we're waiting for Morcag to look ahead.
That's there, the basement and incinerator room. Mostly use the basement to store any extra cages we might have, or bodies of those who did not make it. Incinerator, for obvious purposes.
Wait, you incinerate the bodies? They don't raise them?
For those who are unworthy, parts missing, incapable of being raised for whatever reason.
Oh.
There's only a limited supply of onyx gems, mostly what necromancers need. And added on to that, once raised, body suffers enough damage, it might not be able to be raised again. Tasked with making sure places, well, not me specifically, but some of us be tasked with making sure the place is relatively cleanly. These spreading through living ranks. At the incinerator. Bodies. Normally tended by one of the underlings, single guy, now and then. Not often, but every now and then, you folks come down, dragging some more bodies. Be incinerated. More often than not, no, it's just one. Often, Philip. One who always gets the short end of the straw, so. While that's going on, while you're sneaking on through, Mordecai, you would notice that the basement itself, which is the chamber that you're in, relatively empty. There's a few loose stone bricks kind of at the entrance to the tunnel that leads into the passage that you came from. There's the 3 flickering torch sconces, a large stairwell leading up to the floor above, which you would see that there is some light source coming from above there, flickering like the firelight these torches are providing. There's also a set of double wooden doors, kind of braced with some bronze metal, and off in the corner there's 3 crates, just kind of lying there gathering some cobwebs. From the other side of this door, you would hear the banging of the metal, and then the whoosh of wind.
Alright, I wanted to investigate the door for traps.
With a 23, you would not find any traps on the door. The door does have a lock on it, but it is not currently locked.
Alright, I will slowly open it and peek in.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
I'm good at those.
All right. I really should have adjusted my my VBL, because apparently I did not. I did add VBL to everything. I did not do it in a way that was smart.
Oh.
Because so if you look at the door here, how you see how it has like a little line here, so you can actually see into the wall. What I did is that I did not add that line naturally, so you could see into the wall if I did not just barely add that line. You know, it's fine.
Oh.
Anyways, as you open the door, you see that there's a few coffins lining the floor. These two are open and empty. This one is currently being opened, and you see that there is an arm kind of like being dragged out as a full body is being picked up by the bandit that you're seeing there. With an 18, he doesn't seem to notice you. You see that he is currently lifting up the dead body of some pale-skinned individual, hauling them, moving over to the incinerator here, tossing them inside.
Gotcha. Well, back away, back away, back away. Whoop, 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 whoop. And report back to the others. Right. I found a big empty room, and adjacent to it is a incinerator. Someone is burning up the bodies.
Well, better to use the opportunity to deal with him now rather than later.
Mm.
No,
Why?
it's,
Tim here says his name's probably Philip.
I'll knock him
He
out
didn't
then.
say that at all.
You know, his name's probably Philip. He's often the one who gets the short end of the straw.
Mm.
Is he reasonable, or do we need to thump him? Tarvis lifts his great ball.
He's a bit slow. Might be have to trick him. He looks like new hires alike, but
Look around. Look up at Danu, look at Zerai.
I don't know if that's possible.
Let's just thump him.
Mm. What do you think? Kick him into the incinerator, or
That's brutal, don't you think?
Mm.
Their alignment. Alright. Readies. Blunt arrows.
Is Danu and Zerai joining the others in through the tunnel?
Yeah. I'm just having some juice.
All good. Making sure it was not an intentional leaving behind, rather than a inability to tokens at this time.
I'll do a sleight of hand to open the door again.
All right.
See where he is, and then I'll charge in and shoot him.
Well, with 22, the door opens with nary a creak, and he seems unaware. He's currently lifting a corpse onto a metal grate that was pulled out from the incinerator, and just placing him on the grate. Currently, the foot, like the lower left leg, up knee down, is not on it, and he's kind of just like shifting it onto it now. He's not facing you at this point in time.
Gotcha. Alright, so yeah, so just look at the others, give them a nod so they can get ready, and then burst it.
All right.
Mhm.
Roll me
And
initiative.
shooting him. I rolled already.
Oh yeah, everyone else. You guys certainly have a surprise round against him, so that's not an issue.
Is Dawnhammer still creating light?
It is.
We're in a lit room though, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, I mean, I could very easily fix us being in the lit room. But that would also make difficulties for other people.
Yeah, darkness is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go and roll for Timothy. Guy.
I'm just itching to slay light sooner or later.
Shadow Blade.
Alright, looks like everyone's in. Sorting initiative. Alright, during the surprise round, as the door is kicked open, Dano, you are able to react first. If you want.
Yeah. It's the wait, shoot. These doors.
Yep, those doors have been kicked open.
Okay. Where are they?
If
The
you click-
video...
If you click away from your token, you can see what other people can see.
Oh, I see.
You wouldn't have to move far to actually do something.
I'm gonna move there, and I'm assuming we decided we're going to murder kill him, correct?
Non-lethally, yeah.
I do not have that option.
It's fine. You're the first one to go, unless you one-shot him.
Yeah, I will cast Eldritch Blast.
Excellent. Well, good thing you have advantage, because he's unaware of your presence. An 18 will slap him for 7 force as his back is slammed against the wall. You hear a sickening crack as his body breaks. He is still alive, however, as he's slumped against there, righting himself. But heavily injured. Heavily injured.
And I'm gonna end my turn.
Alright, Kashmir. You get rid of that fatigue condition from your token, because you are not fatigued, obviously.
I am, because powerless prophecy. Well,
oh, yeah, that would do it. I'll get rid of these conditions.
Technically, I'm not, but it still serves as a reminder that I can only take an action or no reaction.
Gotcha. Yep, your
Whatever.
curse.
Yeah. Anyway,
Cursed
I bonk.
existence.
I will bonk non-lethally.
Mm-hmm. Alright. That will bonk him, and he falls unconscious. Hey, look, quick combat. I'm not sure why I added the music, considering how quick it was going to be, but you know I did.
But yeah, I just have my initiative macro at that.
You rush up behind him and quick slap to the back with your flanged mace, and he falls down, crumpled, unconscious.
Right. It's honestly surprising he can even do non-lethal damage. You see that fucking mace?
It's pretty nice. It's more of a using the back end, the pommel. That's what you're doing. The whap with the pommel.
Just quick thump.
Yep.
Yeah.
Track.
Is that an actual treasure chest?
It is. Just look in the corner. There is a chest there. It seems to have a locking mechanism upon its front, though it is internal. So it's not something you just like break off like you would with a padlock. One would need to particularly try to unlock it. Chest is locked.
Gotcha. Investigation for traps
Alright.
while they interrogate Thorn.
Well, the guy's most certainly unconscious at this point in time. It's probably going to be a bit before he wakes up.
Gotcha.
But-
Good.
But as far as interrogation, hey Tim, what's that chest?
Will that be, chest for any stored goods we might find on the corpses? Things we might have
Is there a
missed.
key?
Yeah,
We'll check this guy for
Philip
a key.
tends to keep it.
Checking him for a key. It's not hard to find it. It takes a little bit. You'd find it around his neck, a small iron key.
Take the key and
The
hand it to
chest does
Norka.
not seem to be trapped.
No traps. Was about to take off his tools, but then he's handed the key and is disappointed as he opens the chest.
Marking this out. Holds of Undar. Basement. Alright. Inside the chest, you would find that there's not really a lot of stuff inside. A basic sack of coins, a few rings, an amulet, a locket, and what appears to be a pair of earrings.
Ooh, tell me more about this locket.
The locket itself appears to be depicting that of... Let me go to my notes. It is a basic silver locket, but inside you can see there is a picture drawn there. It's not the best drawing, considering how small it has to be, but you get the gist of who's there. You gather that it appears to depict a have you their description by their token or their there they are. Okay. I need to go grab their name, so I need to go grab their handout now so I can describe what they look like. Knights, handouts, the filling. All right. The individual appears to be a human male. Pale skin, some heavy scarring upon their face. One on their leftmost cheek, cutting from the top of the eye down to the lip. One over their right eye in the shape of an X, and one over their right side of their lip, kind of cutting through the bottom half, a little bit of the top half, and down to the chin. They have a grizzled-looking beard, grizzled hair kind of pulled back in a knot. Seems that it's going to be some form of like ponytail or bun or the like. And they're dressed in heavy furs. Around their neck, you can see that there is an amulet kind of around there, or a torque or something, some form of neckwear of metallic nature. And next to them, there is a woman. From the looks of it, they appear to be elven in nature, as they do seem to have a bit more of a slanted eyes, some pointed fawn-like horns piercing from the folds of their hair. Does not appear to be Sven, no. For purposes of what you guys would see, I'm going to go to object layer so I can plot this down. That is the individual that you'd gather the image from.
Ooh.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I say Sven's face is fairly carved up.
The women themselves, they appear to be, as mentioned, elven in nature, moon elven specifically from the looks of it, as their skin is pale. They have light blonde or perhaps white hair. Not fully sure which one it is, just due to the nature of the painting. Their features are somewhat muddied, though, as there appears to be some blood staining this portion of the locket. However, you are able to gather that they are an elven woman. And they seem to be wrapped around the shoulder, like kind of like arm in arm, sort of, with the human figure. And I will not be providing a picture because, blood
It's
staining.
smudged. Alright, what about the other stuff, the rings? Are they just normal rings, or do they have like
They're
engravings?
basic rings, so I'll be putting them in your loot list.
Mhm.
Right. Well, time to give it to the bag holder, then.
Dump it in the bag,
Also, how big is that chest? And what quality lock is it?
The chest itself is considered a medium treasure chest. And I do mean treasure chest. It has a simple lock. Specifically, I believe the type of lock, like the actual name for this lock type, would be a simple lock.
Probably worth taking too, right?
I'll add that to your loot list.
Right.
Medium treasure chest, simple lock, and build.
Can we fit
chest.
Philip in the chest and then put the chest in the bag of holding? I mean, what?
No.
No, but Tarvis will bind his hands and feet and gag him before we leave.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in a coffin.
All right. Sacrificed 10 feet of rope. All right, you said feet too. Sacrificed 20 feet of rope.
I would
And
recommend gagging him.
and if you have any cloth, you can use that as a gag. Otherwise, sacrifice another 5 feet of rope.
Any of the corpses in the coffins have any spare clothing?
Yeah, there's some spare clothing.
I ripped the cloth off of one of the corpses and gagged it.
Excellent.
People said I was brutal.
All right. Let's see here. Cool. And let's see. You have the locket.
I mean, we didn't kill him. But I don't know what you want from me.
Put him in the coffin.
Put him in the coffin, put out the lights,
There are crates over there.
There are crates over there.
If you want to pry them open, hands crowbar.
Mm.
Sure. Tarvis will step over and pry open the crates for you.
There you go.
He will
I have
set the
updated your
crates
loot.
over here, and then pry them open so you can see what's in them.
Alright, looking through the crates there, they appear to be filled with bones. Human bones, well, not just human, but humanoid bones, to be specific. You'd guesstimate just from the size of these crates and the fact that they are stacked full with bones, there's probably about 20 humanoids worth of bones in them.
I'm playing the wrong war gag.
Mm.
I've got no use for those. Perhaps we should, yeah, let's just take all those and throw them in the incinerator. And then...
Sorry, what was in there?
Bones.
Bones, basically the spell
Okay.
components for the bone barrier spell thing.
Yeah, I think we should finish the job.
Well,
We rudely interrupted.
While he's doing that, I'll go and scout ahead a bit. As I, sneak. Up the stairs.
Alright. I'm just
Asymmetric planes are weird, yeah.
Where do I end up? Here, I guess?
yes, you would end up there. Alright.
Door.
As you sneak your way upstairs, you'd find another large wooden door. Single, it's not double. It is closed.
Right. Same spiel. Investigate for traps.
Alright. With a 17, you would not notice any traps upon the door.
Right. Same as before. Then a sleight of hand to try and open it gently.
Alright. Door opens with nary a creak.
Nice. Do I have to step in to see?
We'll remove the fog of war for you. Or the VBL, I mean.
Okay.
Let me go add some light sources now to the map. There are light sources here. The hallway doesn't seem to have any light sconces upon the wall, so it's a fairly dark hallway. You can see that there is light emanating from beneath the door on your left, as well as the door on the far end.
On this side,
And let me go and add that light source there, because there was a torch on our wall.
try and listen in to see if there's anything in that room.
Right. With an 18, as you're listening in on the door, you would hear the following.
You gather up all them maces already? I think I got the last of them. But the armor, everything prepped? Got a couple sets here. They're quite heavy. Gonna be a couple trips, I think. Damned undead. Building more of them. Yeah. Mean. Trying to rot up this place. Give it a nasty stench. Why the master needs so many of them. I mean, well, what happened? Our patrol back at Razvin was destroyed. We need to replace the group somehow. But does it have to be undead? Can we just hire some more men from frickin' what's that town out west? I mean, you know what happened last time. It's gonna be difficult. Right.
Interesting.
You can continue listening otherwise. You can back.
The abandoned camp is in shambles. Alright. Actually, no. Before I go, I'm just gonna make my way past. I want to listen to what's on the other side. See if there's anything on this side.
That side of the door does not seem to have any noise other than the flickering fire on the other side. Likely from a wall torch.
Alright, good. Alright, so I'm gonna stealthily make my way back downstairs where the others are.
Excellent.
Alright. There's a room to the left up the stairs. There's two bandits. Overhearing them, this place is pretty much in shambles. They have to resort to the undead. They can't afford to bring in more living bandits. Something about what happened the last time they went to the towns to the northwest. Looks at Timothy.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we did some recruiting at the town of Blaskoy. Issue is it's on the southern edge of the forest. We lost some people along the way back here. And with how far it is placed from normal routes, it's pretty open travel outside of the forest. It's pretty dangerous to travel out that way. Not to mention, we might have pissed off Reeve.
Explains the bounty. Alright, so I guess same as before. As Markak makes his way.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Feel free to place yourselves up on that landing area. And for clarity, if you're looking at the walls, how they look all broken, like they are here, that's just so you can see through them. They're not actually broken.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. That'd be super awkward.
Mm.
Yep.
Just creeping along the ruins, poking her heads up, you know.
Anybody in here?
There is. I'm gonna do the same.
Ooh. So,
Same as before. I didn't do it on the store. I'm gonna investigate it first.
alright.
And next I'm gonna sleight of hand.
The door is not locked, nor is it trapped. You can see that there is a locking mechanism built within it.
Okay, I'm gonna use sleight of hand. Basically, this is, you know how in like stuff, they always kick the door open, alerting whoever's inside.
Mhm.
What he's doing is he's just getting in without making a noise, so like they don't hear the sound.
All right.
Hopefully, you know.
Well, the door doesn't make a sound as the door creaks open, allowing
Then-
you entry.
Whoa.
Roll me initiative. Assuming you're gonna, try to knock them out, but you would see that there's two figures in here.
Yep.
Whoop.
Initiative. Oh my god.
Where is the there it is. Boom. Hey, I didn't roll like trash.
Haha. Nice. That's 6. Cool. All right. Reporting initiative. Do do do. Moving the dead guy. Do do do. Nice.
Timothy 1.
All right. Oh, let me get rid of that. I'm gonna also give him a halo so you guys know he's friendly. There you go. All right.
Was that
Getting-
a question mark at the end of that?
You don't quite know fully, or if he's still not in question, or is still in question because you still consider him a prisoner. But from there, Kane. The door silently creaks open, allowing surprise run to begin. You have gained initiative,
Mm-hmm.
and I will remove the VBL on the door so you can see inside.
So I moved 20. Boop. Oh, hey, look, I see a guy.
Yep. Half of them is covered by these storage crates that seem to be filled with weaponry from the looks of it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And on the other side, you can see, currently not facing you, as he's heading to the shelves here, appears to be a brute. Weapons not in hand, but he is holding, from the looks of it, about 4 suits of armor.
Hmm.
It's kind of like piled up, and he's looking like it's pretty heavy, but he's like, I got this. You know, trying to be a macho man, but he's having a bit of an issue.
You know what would have been really helpful prior to this? I just completely forgot I had. I have 30-foot life sense when I use a certain ability.
Oh, whenever
That'd
you
be
want
good
to
to
use
know
it.
later.
Let me know.
Well, it's just this. I can, as an action, concentrate.
Gotcha.
But for now, I'm going to... Not worth using a spell slot yet. I don't think he's going to get too far or make too much noise. I'm going to Eldritch Blap.
Fucking rip. Is that 2 ones? That's 2 ones.
That's 2 nat ones.
Roll me to confirm.
Oh no.
It's technically
RD20.
3 ones because the damage dice also a 1.
It's true.
Yeah, the damage dice also rolled a 1.
Dice hates you.
Fuck me.
Oh no.
I thought you rolled
Is
it was the same result. It was a...
Alright, doesn't fumble, but you point your hand out, and you just see some sparks lingering, and then... And it just fizzles out, slapping against the crates here.
That's...
I'm sure it happens to every caster, right?
Fuck.
Anything else?
Can I... I'm gonna do this. Hold on. It's a 15-foot radius. I'm gonna cast darkness in the hall, but not obscuring people. I'm gonna place it like right here-ish, so it obscures me.
Like right there?
Yeah.
Alright.
Kind of. Well, it's a bonus action. Hold on. Where's my button? There's my button. There it is. I need to put a few more
Clear darkness.
line breaks. Just a little to obscure me.
So a little shifted to the right.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah, there we go.
Go and change the location of that.
Yeah, it looks like templates are a little fucky.
They're definitely a little fucky. But overall, it's the job done.
I'm gonna pick the fun effect where done. Shadows begin to latch on the creatures within the area. They must make a strength save to anything chases me in here, they're gonna get restrained.
Gotcha. Alright, very good, very good.
I'm gonna go fix my macros so that they actually cast spell stuff and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Make it readable.
I'll have to look into template area effects like I have with my hex maps. I had to specifically make some templates. So I run a game on Saturdays that uses hex grid. So it is pain. Anyways, that's your go. We go to Bandit Brute 2. He is no longer considered surprised, but that's all you can do. Danu.
Question.
Yeah.
Real quick. How does that work with that last line, seeing as I still have Dusk Mallet activated?
Dusk Mallet is considered daylight.
Mm-hmm.
You go check. Hammer. Lab, Dusk Mallet, Dusk Mallet, Dusk Mallet. Dagger Venom, Dusk Mallet, here we go. Let's see here. Excellent light
I guess
5, which means that is considered a 3rd level spell or 4th level spell, so that does not block your light. Dusk Mallet being activated, the
I slay light Dusk Mallet.
the
I'm not gonna do that, but you know.
as the sphere forms there, the darkness itself recedes due to the overpowering strength of Dusk Mallet.
Damn. Well, I guess I learned that lesson.
Yeah, sorry, I just I mean, I can turn it off. You just didn't ask me to turn it off. So.
Is it wiped out entirely?
It functions the same as if you use a lower level light spell, it just dispels it.
So
Oh,
since they overlap, it dispels the lower level one.
Yep.
I see. Oh, that's good to know for next time.
No more using
Yeah.
the vestige.
That's unfortunate because that was my advantage.
Yeah.
But
It's
Wait,
a surprise,
actually-
though.
could I say I've been smart enough to use a free action ability prior?
What
Really
ability would
test
that
the
be?
limits of something stupid. I'm gonna press the button. The last line is the important one.
It's an action to remove a area of actual magical light.
Oh yeah, it is an
Yeah,
action.
it's
Never mind.
action.
Okay.
But it is good to know. And specifically, with it being a rare agent, it would be considered a 3rd level spell rather than a 4th level. So, it would work with that. If you did try it, it would slay the Dust Malice Light.
Mhm.
Alright. You know.
Are these providing cover?
Yes, he is giving cover from you.
Okay. And this?
Those would give cover as well.
Okay.
Man, I want to play Battle Brothers later tonight.
I'm gonna move here, and I'm going to shoot at Brute 2 with my Eldritch Blast.
Huzzah! A 19 will slap him for 5. The beam of force shatters through the fading light of the hallway and the darkness that tried to stay for a little bit, but was squashed by Dusk Mallet. Slamming into his back, you hear a solid as he is pushed to the side, not quite tumbling any of the armor in his hands, but he is injured by the blow.
And I'll move over there in my turn.
Excellent. Arvis.
I can only see the one guy from where I'm at, so I'm just gonna go smack him with my hammer
Excellent.
for non-lethal, whatever that
Mhm.
does. Let's see, do I have a?
Are you able to move further than that, or no?
Yes, I can move 40.
Okay.
I believe
See, he had cover from their current position, but if you move 5 more feet, he won't have
Yeah.
cover.
Okay. And yeah, I'm gonna use a stamina and make this a stab as well for a +1.
Excellent.
And do I have an attack button? Thought I did. Where's my button? Damn it. Attack spell. Oh, there they are. Yeah,
Well,
no.
You will stab out him. You have advantage because he is still considered surprised.
Oh, okay. Well, let me roll
Yeah.
that again.
Specifically because he was unaware of your presence before entering. Surprise doesn't give him you advantage, it just means that you cannot act.
So a 16?
But a 16 will crash through his defenses and slap him. So that 11 damage
Actually,
will
what's-
actually hit him.
What's the non-lethal?
It's just
penalty?
you just say it's not lethal in 5e and
Yeah,
it's
you don't
non-lethal.
Oh, okay. There's
Yeah.
no
A
okay.
penalty.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no
The
penalty
only
at all.
issue here is that if you're using certain weapons, you have to do lethal. Such as like if you're using a spell, especially a ranged spell, it's probably going to be lethal. If you're using a ranged weapon, it's probably going to be lethal. Ranged weapons have the option of buying non-lethal capable ammo, such as the blunt arrows or blunt bolts. Spells generally are always lethal. Melee spells, I allow it to be a non-lethal. Depending on the spell. Like, if you're doing a necrotic spell, it's like, I cast Inflict Wounds, or I cast a Finger of Death, I'm like, that's just,
Yeah.
that's full-on lethal.
Yeah, no, I'm just bonking him with the giant hammer. So
Yeah. But if you cast, like, Shocking Grasp, I'll let that be non-lethal, no problem.
Okay.
Anyways, that is a bonk. He has been bonked as he reels back. Some of the weapons he was carrying dropped to the ground, as he was carrying some maces and the like for uses later, but not fully anymore. And as you go, we go to Timothy. Alright, Timothy is in the back. You can see that guy. He's got 2 clubs, and he was going to move on forward. And move to there. He's going to look at his stat sheet. And he is just going to move 10 feet to here, and he's going to dash. To there. Hi, Greg. Okay. Casimir.
Alright, we'll move in here, go around the boxes, and get here. I forgot to ask before. What are these guys? What type of armor are these guys wearing?
The bandit brutes do not wear armor.
Okay,
They have 2 scimitars, 4 hand axes, strapped to various pouches and sheaths around their waist. And scimitars are attached to like weapon sheaths on their back because they do have like bandoliers there, but no armor.
yeah. It's mostly because I keep forgetting flying mace, so I can just call a concussive attack for medium heavy. Anyway, I bomb.
Alright, 12 will not hit because you are flanking for +2, but 12 will not unfortunately hit as the fellow here jumps out of the way, dodging the attack.
Unfortunate. Anyway, that is my turn.
And I would give you advantage, but it's already been utilized against him.
Yeah.
And he's most certainly aware of combat at this point.
Yeah, it's all good.
Alright, Morkag.
Alright. So I'm behind the thing. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, you're behind it.
I get a free shot, right? I mean, free shot. I can see him properly,
You can see
right?
him, yeah. You can see him properly.
I don't have advantage because Tarvis used it, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll use my bonus action to stealth. So I'm basically sneaking behind him. Sneak, sneak.
You feel stealthy.
Nice. So now I attack him with a blunt arrow on this guy.
Excellent.
So, plop.
18, 25 will hit.
Plop.
For 10, 21 damage as the blunt arrow cracks into the back of his, back, dealing heavy damage to him, but he is barely holding on. Many of the weapons that he was carrying drop to the ground, clattering against the floor with a solid clink, 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 clink. But he is still barely holding on to life.
My turn is over.
Zerai.
This is our guy, right? Which one?
This one is our guy.
Blue is friendly, everything else it does not have aura
Okay.
or not.
Okay,
Well, everything else,
just making sure.
Mhm.
Well, it looks like.
Make it a bit easier to see the halo.
I guess I will. Wait, almost there.
That
Go
is
over here.
non-viable square due to the statue in that space.
Oh, is that what?
Yep. Yeah.
It's hard for me to determine this.
Yeah, that's viable
Weird.
though.
Is that one viable?
That's
Can I
viable,
hit him
and this
from
one is
here?
also viable. You can. He does have cover from your current position.
Okay.
If you move here, you'll be able to hit him no problem.
Okay. I'll hit him. I'll use my bonus action to turn on jamming style and just take the one hit that I got.
Gotcha. Pop to the face.
Yep.
Are you doing it non-lethally or lethally?
Non-lethally.
Gotcha.
Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what some of you guys are doing.
that's what Mark has been wanting for so long.
Alright, unfortunately, a 8 will not pop him, as he manages to duck low just in time to avoid the blow. Alright.
Okay.
Bandit Brute 1 has gained initiative. He's no longer surprised. Top of the round, Kane.
Mm-hmm. I just realized, Plan B doesn't work either because daylight is effectively 120 feet of light. Fuck. I
The darkness dream always dies. It sucks.
Well, the daylight on dusk mallet specifically says bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for an additional 15 feet.
Oh,
The light is
okay.
the strength of a daylight spell.
Okay.
Yeah, so just 3 feet.
So I'm gonna go in here. Wait, hold on. Wait, no, hold on. I need to measure from you, see it, make sure other people can see. 15 foot from you is there. 15 feet from there is there. 15 foot from you this way, that way. Okay, so I would technically be in darkness. Okay, good. Kane is going to step into the room.
There you go. That's his bright light and dim light.
Okay. I'm going to step into the room. I used 25 feet of movement, which isn't going to be helpful right now.
At least auras look fine in a asymmetric view.
Mm-hmm. So, now begs this question that I've been wanting to ask. Slaylight's wording. On your turn, you can extinguish any. Does any mean any of my choosing, being all of them in this room, or any individual light source? Given this is the ability of a vestige that a 10th level character would normally get.
It's any that will fit within a 10-foot cube.
Any that would fit within a 10-foot cube. Okay.
Yeah. So if you were to target this area here, you'd be able to get rid of this, and this light.
Okay.
I
have misunderstood the wording. Yeah. So I don't need to move nearly that far for what I want to do. I would move 10 feet over here. I would slay light this light source.
All right.
I would move back over here. Can the bandits see me? Given the dim light ends about there, there's no light there. Would this hallway be obscured in enough darkness?
They do not appear to notice you. At least Greg, who actually can see through the doorway, does not seem to notice you.
I will. I forgot to roll this. Slaylight comes back. Slaylight doesn't actually come back. I'll just blast him with advantage now.
Excellent. 22 will slap him for 4. As the beam of energy will crash through the area, slamming into him.
Plus 2 additional damage.
Plus 2 additional damage, alright.
Mm.
One thing of note, as it is the top of the round, I do need to check to see if anyone noticed the sound of combat. Due to the thickened wall, it is a bit harder to hear. Due to the door being closed, it's a bit harder to hear, as the door would lower the DC, essentially. I'm just going to check the passives. Alright, due to the nature of what's going on, carry on.
That would be my turn.
Alright, Greg. Alright, Greg here. He will drop the armors he was carrying. Just drop them at his feet. Not like directly on his feet, but you know, generally around the area. He is then going to use his item interaction, pulling out 2 scimitars as he does so, for his particular features. And he is going to turn and look at Timothy. Traitor! And, does he want to focus Kashmir, or does he want to focus Timothy? And let's look at his tactics. Target the shell. You are wearing medium armor?
Yep.
Okay, so he would favor you over his traitorous brethren. Alright. He's targeting you. If he hits you, I get special effects. Did you use all of your movement to get to him?
I had 5 feet left.
That is very important. Okay. Carrying on. He's going to turn to you, and he's going to attack you with his weapons. Scimitar number 1.
No.
Has 25 to slash for 8 slashing.
Nope.
Because he hits a creature with medium armor. Shield break triggers. Because of this, your AC has been punctured. Your armor is lowered by 2 until the end of his next turn. So round 3, Greg, your armor will be back to normal. If he hits you again, your AC will be lowered for an additional round, so on and so forth. He's going to use his bonus action with his offhand scimitar now to swing at you. That's a natural 1. It's not confirmed, but it is most certainly a miss.
Yay.
Alright, that's his go. And then we go to Danu.
Great. That's the back. This Timothy's our friend.
Yes.
Right?
Blue
Okay,
indicates
good.
friend.
Okay, good. I will shoot at Greg with my Eldritch Blast.
Huzzah!
Wah!
The beam of Eldritch energy will crash through beyond the cover that Greg possesses and crash into his side, dealing 7 damage. He is injured, but still standing.
In my turn.
Alright. Arvis.
Yeah, I'm gonna bonk this guy with my hammer again. Now that I have flanking as well.
Non-lethal or lethal?
Non-lethal.
Excellent.
Token first.
Well,
that's only an 11.
an 11 will unfortunately miss as he manages to raise his scimitar, one of the weapons that was in his hand, because he was carrying a bunch of weapons, just in time to deflect the blow. As he throws them up to deflect the blow, they just clattered upon the ground. Ding-ding-ding. Now weaponless, but he does avoid the attack. And for clarity, he wasn't wielding his own scimitars. They were just weapons he was grabbing.
Right. Tarver's just like, oh, well played. He's not concerned. He's not going to waste any more resources on this guy.
Yep, fair enough. All right, Timothy.
Sorry, Greg.
Business is business. Club. Natural 1. Does not confirm. Second club. That'll hit. For 8 damage as he crashes into the back of Greg. Greg is injured by the blow, but is still standing, though he is most certainly bloodied. Kashmir.
Alright, we try and bonk, but again.
That will bonk, indeed. Crashing into him, dealing heavy damage, but Greg still stands, woozy, bleeding heavily, but alive.
I don't use my bonus action for anything because I don't have one. That's my turn.
No. Alright. Morkag. There are 2 heavily injured brutes, but both are still standing. And your past perception from your observant feat indicates you do not hear anyone coming to investigate. Doesn't seem like your sounds of combat have alerted anyone. And if they have, well, they're either too far off or the walls are here ready to stick for you to hear.
Gotcha. Alright, then. I can shoot the other guy, which would free up the order because he goes after. Alright, so yeah, I will stealth and then shoot Craig with the blood arrow.
Alright.
Stealth.
Critical! Roll to confirm. That would confirm you do have advantage if you want to see if you get super crit.
Super crit?
Yeah, if you roll another 20, you get a super crit.
Oh shit.
Okay, now. It's a confirmed, though. You do confirm your
Alright.
critical.
That was my stealth check. I just want to clarify, not my attack.
Oh yeah, that does beat his passive. You are stealthy.
Okay, good.
I
was like...
I saw the natural 20, I was like, it's your attack roll. Yeah, okay. A 21 would hit him, not a crit.
I think that's enough, right? For the bludgeoning to knock him out. I don't want to...
He has 1 hit point.
Yeah, I remember last time I killed a guy, I wanted to non-lethal because it fucking massive them.
Yeah, if you critical, it might have been a massive, but you did not critical. So.
If that happened, like, I would have been so mad.
Yeah, because he had 1 hit point. If you would have killed him if you dealt 36 damage.
Oh, yeah, I can't do that.
Okay.
Alright, good.
It's possible. He falls unconscious. Your eye. There's 1 brute left standing, and he's before you.
Oh no. I wonder.
Regan?
That's right.
I just realized I was muted.
It's true.
Always.
It's true.
Always.
Because I had a phone call.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I was asking, no, I can't remember. What do I get for flank? What do I get for flanking?
You get +2 to hit.
Okay.
Hot
So those
fucking
are
damn.
+2.
Alright, the first one misses, as a 12 will not hit him. Second one, however,
Okay.
critically hits him. And he... Was that non-lethally?
Non-lethally, yeah.
Okay. He snaps to the ground as you clock him right in the nose. You hear a sickening crunch, and blood begins streaming down his face, but he is out of it.
Okay, so I mutilated him on accident, but he's at least unconscious for a long time now.
Yes.
He'll never walk again, but at least he's alive.
Alright.
That's the Batman way.
And that is combat. As it seems like the others are not aware of your assault upon the armory. You can see within the chamber itself that there are plenty of signs of weapons and armor within the area, most of which appear to be fairly old, some are even rusty, but the ones that they were carrying were specifically well maintained, either indicating that they have a forge here or nearby. Either such, though, as you guys investigate the area, that will be where I call the session. We have come upon time. We'll continue with the assault upon the holds of Undar next time. You guys had fun, and I'm gonna see if there's anyone we can save.
Yeah.
Look, Sean's streaming.
Oh, that's the same thing. If you did kill him, I could have him become an adventurer and have a taste for blood.
You're an adventurer, just admit it.
Was an adventurer with like you before I
don't say
got
that.
the great need for blood, and I became a demon.
Now I understand everything.
Anyways, time to raid Sean. There goes our raid.